We are the Rockwood High School cheerleaders hanging out at Oak Ridge Utilities District, getting ready for the big game.
T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S.
ORUD makes it easy with 0% financing. When it is your turn to host the big game, they have all your appliance needs from ranges to refrigerators to make you the MVP of this season.
With natural gas log sets starting at $199, don't fumble during a power outage this year. Come down to ORUD and get your set of natural gas logs to keep your family warmed up and in the game.
Teaming up with Oak Ridge Utility and Natural Gas will have you calling all the right plays this year. Don't wait to make the switch, call today. Now the only question is,
What time is it?
It's high school football time in Tennessee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Field, Tom Pemberton Stadium, the jungle here at Rockwood High School. David Queener, tonight, state's oldest rivalry, the 95th rendition. And two teams coming in undefeated, almost injury-free. So the table is set for an outstanding high school football game.
Well, that's saying a lot to say they're injury-free, especially for Harriman. It seems like every time, Ron, we do Harriman, they're banged up, and I'm sure Coach Tapp's really happy that he's healthy. And he looks like he's got a really good ball club.
Well, they come in 2-0, and again, Coach Tapp is, I think, is excited about this football team. They've worked hard. There's no coach works any harder than Coach Tapp does, and unfortunately, he's had a rebuilding time at Harriman, and this tends to and has the makings to be a great game tonight.
It sure does. What is this, 95th game or something like that? But, really, it's sort of been one-sided in the recent years. I think Rockwood's won 13 out of the last 15, so it's sort of been one-sided. So maybe this will even it up tonight. Maybe Harriman will step up to the challenge, got everybody healthy, and maybe we'll see four good quarters out of them. We're going to see. It's going to be a hard-fought ball game, and I told somebody today at work, this game will be over quick, Ron, because we're not going to see probably a total of 10 passes. That's both teams combined if we see 10.
I don't know if it's by coincidence or not, but Jermaine Copeland was back at Harriman High School last week along with Jamal Lewis. You think he might have talked a little bit about this rivalry while he was here?
Oh, I'm sure he did, probably just a little bit. But, like I said, it's a 95th meeting, and Rockwood leads the series 53-35-6. But I love coming to Rockwood. This is a great place to come to a ball game. And I love going to Harriman, too. It's another great place for that. We couldn't have picked a better game to have tonight.
Coach John Webb 13-5 against Harriman, and Coach Tapp 1-10 against Rockwood, and that tends to show the last several years. One thing that really excites me, David, is to see the student bodies of both schools really involved in this football game. I went to Walmart earlier, and there probably were about 50 kids out there getting painted up in the parking lot, ready to come in. Rockwood, and we'll get a camera shot of these students right down here on the 50-yard line here. But it's really to me is just really nice to see The student bodies get involved. The townspeople are involved. This is it doesn't really matter what the records are. This is just one for the. There you see the students here from Rockwood High School all painted up, and if you're a player, you're a coach, man, that's what it's all about right there.
Well, all you got to do is look across the way also, and the stands are pretty full across over on the visitor side, and we've still got 20-some minutes for kickoff, so that tells you a little bit too. I think the Harriman people are excited, and they have the right to be excited. And you're right, Coach Webb and Coach Tapp, two hard-working coaches, and both of them been Coach Webb has been successful, Coach Tapp has been too, but just really two really hard-working guys.
Well, and the other thing is that they have such high respect for one another as well. It doesn't matter what happens here. It's what happens with these kids and stuff. Of course, Coach Webb went to Oneida in the first game of the year, and a lot of people had that one circled. You win that ball game and you're off to a really good start. They win it 14-13 in a real comeback drama, and that has to give them a lot of momentum. Then they defeat Wartburg. They have a chance here to start 3-0, and then they go next week on the road to another rivalry,
Kingston, and it's not going to get any easier for them. That's for sure. So, but no, you're right. Going to Oneida, and it was a gutsy call by their starting quarterback that got plugged in late in the year due to a kid having to transfer out and go somewhere else. I think to Oklahoma or somewhere. So, just a gutsy call there. So, and Harriman comes up. They're 2-0-2 run. They beat Hancock County 41-14. Then they beat Sunbright last week 34-7. But big game for Harriman. This game will take Harriman a long ways if they can win this game tonight, and Rockwood too.
It really will, David, and probably does more for the Blue Devils than anything. A win here tonight puts this program back on solid footing.
Well, it does, but a loss tonight for Rockwood sort of puts them in a little jeopardy and maybe going down because it's not going to be no easy task for them to go down to Kingston next week and win that ball game.
Well, you're exactly right. It's a big game for both of these teams and for both communities, and I would guess that we're going to have a packed house here tonight. Lots of enthusiasm. We're glad you're with us here for the Channel 12 Game of the Week here tonight at Civitanville, and the Jungle, where the Jungle tonight will be exactly that, played on the field as well. Let's take a break in 1 second. We'll tell you that there's a lot of other action around the area tonight, David, and Loudon is at Sweetwater, Gibbs is at Anderson County, Central is at Campbell County, Oak Ridge is at Clinton, Lenoir City is at Farragut, Bearden is at Heritage, Powell is at Carnes, Hardin Valley is at William Blunt.
And no bigger game tonight probably than the Clinton Oak Ridge game. And we'll know tonight, Ron, when we go to the scoreboard show, if the Dragons are back and contenders or they're just pretenders. And that's what we're looking at. See what it is. The Oak Ridge's offense struggled last week mightily, and their defense is stout and strong. And Clinton's offense went to the top last week. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's the best shot Clinton's got to beat Oak Ridge in a long time, and if they don't do it tonight, I don't know if they can do it because Oak Ridge is going to get better with those younger players.
So let's take a break. We'll come back for more pregame right here in a moment.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods. If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno's Sporting Goods, we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno's Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Selection, service, and savings. That's what keeps people coming back year after year to Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman. And with more than 40 years at the same location, we consistently offer what the customer wants. An incredible selection of new Ford and Lincoln models, as well as an incredible used inventory, an expert service department, and savings you won't find anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Marty Duncan, and for the best selection, service, and savings, see me and my team at Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Here with Coach John Webb. Coach, the oldest rivalry in the state of Tennessee. You've played in it, and now you've coached in it for a number of years. Doesn't get any better than this.
No, it sure don't. You know, there's a lot of excitement, you know, throughout both towns right now, and you know, you got two pretty good football teams, we hope, you know, coming out here to play tonight, and, you know, we're going to play it the way that, you know, hopefully it's been taught, and, you know, have a good game this week.
Coach, I know probably one of the big things that you've had to really work on this week was making sure your football team doesn't overestimate this Harriman bunch here, underestimate them, because Harriman has been down for a number of years, but Coach Tapp's got a pretty good football team this year.
They sure do. You know, I just told him, you know, probably one of the better football teams he's had in quite a few years. They do a great job. Coach Tapp's always done a good job with them, I thought, and you know, I don't think our kids have. I think, you know, we got an older group that's smart enough they can see it. They see it on film when we watch it, and they believe what we're telling them. And you know, hopefully we'll come out here and give it our best effort tonight.
Coach, this is the week that a lot of freshmen and sophomores really understand what rivalries are really about, because those juniors and seniors have been there. They know about it. You know, they've heard about it from the folks in town, and it's just a special week.
It sure is. You know, that's one thing that these younger guys come into our program, they don't really understand it. I'm sure Coach has got a couple of kids that maybe moved in from somewhere else just as well as we do, but you know, they figured it out in a hurry. You know, this is what high school football is all about here around this area, and you know, it's going to be an exciting night. Hopefully, you know, we can play well, and I know they're going to play well, and hopefully it will be a good game.
Coach, week 0, you go to Oneida, and you've got an untested quarterback, and you just have to be elated with the way that game progressed from the start to the end, and I'm sure your football team grew up a lot that night.
Well, they sure did. You know, we played towards the end like I was hoping we'd play, you know, throughout the whole ball game, of course. But you know, talking about Will, you know, he did a good job. He hung in there, made some mistakes early. You know, he learned from them, and you know, just got stronger as the game went on, and hopefully he'll keep that going throughout the rest of the year. Coach,
looks like a huge crowd on hand here tonight, as there always is. For this football game, and you know, there's just a playoff atmosphere to this game tonight.
There really is tonight. You know, there's going to be a lot of people here again. There's a lot of excitement, you know, throughout both communities, and you know, we've heard the talk. I was just sitting here talking to Coach Tapp, and you know, I just told him, I said, I'm ready for the game. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's just get ready to play, and you know, I'm glad it's here and it's time to go.
Coach, another aspect of this game is, of course, you and Coach Tapp have been at it for a long time in your respective jobs, and there's a highest degree of respect between you all, and that takes a little bit of the edge off this game, I guess.
Well, it's not really an edge. You know, this is not about me or Coach Tapp or so-and-so and so-and-so. It's, you know, and it's not about Rockwood and Harriman. It's this game. You know, it's one of, you know, the longest rivalry in the state of Tennessee, and, you know, it's been going on. It's going to be going on a lot longer than me and him both's going to be here. So, you know, it's a game that you got to have respect for, and, you know, I think we do, and, you know, I know that they do, and, you know, we're going to both come out here and hopefully play well tonight.
How are you injury-wise, Coach?
We're okay. You know, we've got some younger kids that's been banged up a little bit, but they're battling through it. They get those guys back. Overall, we're in pretty good shape.
We appreciate you having us here for this big ball game, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you, Rob.
Joined now with Coach Tapp of the Harriman Blue Devils. Coach, this is the oldest rivalry in the state. I know your kids have had a lot of excitement this week. Probably one of the first times, Coach, week 3 that you've been semi-healthy.
Yeah, you know, it feels good. It's a change, but one we welcome, and you know, it is a big rivalry, big game. Both communities get involved. It's good for both communities.
Coach, I saw probably about 50 kids out in Walmart parking lot a while ago getting painted up and stuff, and that really has to make you feel good that you know, as today's kids go, that they'll come out and support this football team on Friday night.
Oh yeah, you know, our student body's a big part of it, and we're glad to have that support from them, the parents, the community. You know, it's a big deal.
Of course, we're going into the first week of the district play tonight now, Coach, and this is always a big game between the communities, but this year a big game for you district-wise. This really puts the winner of this game out front a little bit.
It does, and that's the big thing about it. You know, now that we're in the same district this year, you know, it makes it early week 3 or week 2 becomes so important now to both teams.
How are you injury-wise, Coach?
Well, we got one of our centers is out, but outside of that, everybody's healthy.
So you don't have any fullbacks wearing guard numbers or anything yet right now?
You never know, but we got a bag on the sideline full of jerseys, and that's the kind of things we'll do. We got one guard that he goes as a fullback also, so you never know what we'll do.
Well, Coach, you know, it's exciting to see Harriman off to a great start. I know nobody works any harder than you do all year long. Nobody works harder than your kids, and it's just exciting to get into a big game like this with both teams undefeated.
It is, you know, and again, Coach Webb, you know, he got this game down here this year. He really lucked out, you know, both schools 2-0 and people coming out of the woodwork. And, you know, we were talking about it a minute ago. We're ready to play, you know, both schools are, and you hear about it all week, and it just builds. And, you know, both schools are just ready to play. It should be a good ball game.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Stryker has recalled its Rejuvenate and ABG2 hip replacements after they showed signs of metal corrosion. Many patients are being forced to undergo painful revision surgeries to remove faulty implants. If you received a Stryker hip replacement, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. The time to file a claim is limited, so don't hesitate. If you or someone you love received a Stryker hip replacement, call Fox and Farley now at 865-457-6440. They will get you the money you deserve.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the big weekend games, the tailgate parties, or game day Fridays at work. Choose from top labels sold in better specialty stores and upscale department stores. Put together a dressy two-piece outfit or go casual with a beautiful top and jeans. Shop Hammers and get set for kickoff now.
Patterson's Home Appliance Center continues to have the answers. Just ask Mark Russell, the store manager in Oak Ridge, because he can help out when you're making your selection on any appliance. And when you have choice between name brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana, you just can't lose. That's Patterson's with 4 locations on the Turnpike in Oak Ridge, just off I-40 in Midtown, on the 4-lane in Rockwood, and Kingston Pike in Knoxville. Patterson's Home Appliance Center.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Is my prescription ready yet?
No. Why don't you try shopping a while? Nope, not yet.
How about now?
Not quite yet.
Now?
Oh, looky here. Now your prescription's ready.
There's got to be a better way.
Leader Pharmacies. No hassle, same copays, better service.
This is better.
Your local Leader drugstores are just around the corner. In Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore is at 225 West Rockwood Street in downtown Rockwood. or call 354-0234. In Harriman, go to Chase Drugs at 319 Roan Street next to the Roan Medical Center, or call 882-2421. In Kingston, visit Kinzer Drugs at 142 East Cumberland Street, just across from the courthouse, or call 376-5157. Be sure to visit your local Leader drugstores today.
Welcome back to Civitan Field as we start to get ready for tonight's big district game between the Rockwood Tigers and the Harriman Blue Devils. Again, David, a big game for both of these football teams, and you know, it's almost a playoff atmosphere. I talked to Coach Webb about that. You know, there's just a little something special in the air for this big ball game.
You got that right. The buzz is going.
So I'm sure that early on we might see a few butterflies. The Blue Devils will be led at quarterback by Brantley Taylor, a senior, and of course the Rockwood Tigers will be led by Will Warner, the junior, who led the Tigers on a comeback win up in Oneida. So we should have good leadership from both of these quarterbacks. And David, this is the kind of game when you look to those juniors and seniors for leadership this kind of week. You know, sometimes the big games like this, you get distracted from the game, from all of the hype. This is where your leadership has to take over, and your juniors and seniors have to bring this football team around, and they also have to tell them a little bit about the history of this game. You know, guys, if there's one game you don't lose on this schedule, it's tonight's game.
Yeah, they don't want to lose this game. Neither team wants to lose this game, so it ought to be an exciting game. It's going to be a hard-hitting game, and folks, all I got to say, if you need to go to the refrigerator, go now, because there won't be some incomplete passes, or I'll be shocked if there is. So you better go now.
Clock will run.
This game will be over way before any other game's over tonight. Not unless we go in overtime or something.
You've scared me, so I'm going to tell them about some of our sponsors tonight.
Go ahead. You better tell them right now then.
Case Knives, Bowen Plumbing, Bunn Company Makers, GE, and Hot Point Appliances, plus Plum Pack Plumbing. Where would you find a combination like this? Only at Walker's Auto and Home Supply, South Front Avenue in Rockwood. Walker's has been at the same location since 1946, serving the Rockwood area with good service and a strong supporter of Roane County athletics. Remember Walker's when you need knives, plumbing, or appliances. 354-9104, Walker's Home and Auto Supply in downtown Rockwood. And we want to thank all of our fine sponsors. We want to thank, you know, the administration here, Mr. Alan Reed, the principal, and all the fine folks here. The athletic director is Coach Paul Kamakawa, and we just want to thank them for allowing us to be a part of this, because we've done a bunch of these over the years, David, and as many as we've done, you still feel the butterflies in the area. You got a big crowd on hand; they're still coming in, so you know, it doesn't get any better than this.
No, here comes Harriman right now, getting ready to come in.
Another fine sponsor for us tonight is Glenn's Auto Parts. If you're looking for a used automobile part, then you need to look at Glenn's Auto Parts. You'll find new, used, and rebuilt parts for the vehicle you're looking for, whether it's foreign or domestic. In fact, they have 65 acres of parts available. You'll find late model repairable cars as well, and they buy wrecks. Glenn's Auto Parts, Jerry Dan dealer for the Southeast area. When you need a part for your automobile, you need to call Glenn's Auto Parts, 354-0622. Another fine sponsor for us tonight. We're about 6 minutes away from kickoff. The Rockwood band's been out on the field since about the 15-minute mark. So
a little early.
They've been swaying a little bit to keep their knees from locking up, and band looks really good. Band director Chris Metcalf has done a great job with this band, and they add a lot to the game. Blue Devil band here as well. So we're getting close by. So. We're ready to go here. The Harriman faithful over there cheering their football team on as we speak. And Coach Webb's tradition, he'll walk his football team around the area right in front of the home stadium here. So that gets the hometown crowd involved, and Coach Webb has done that now for a couple of years. So we're itching along, ready to go here for this big district football game here tonight. We tell you another fine sponsor is Davis Funeral Home, located at 715 Morgan Street in Harriman. They're a supporter of young people in Roane County. They stand ready to help you in your time of need. Davis Funeral Home is available 24/7 to assist you with all types of funeral services. For all your funeral arrangement needs, just give them a call, 882-2000, Davis Funeral Home in Harriman. They can also be reached at www.davisfuneralhome.com. Here come the Rockwood Tigers with Coach John Webb and his coaches leading the way too. We're about 4 minutes, 47 seconds away from kickoff here tonight. And the Blue Devils and the Tigers in a huge district football game here tonight. We'll tell you that for the Tigers, it'll be Drake Long at a running back, J.C. Bowen. Austin Cooper will be a wide receiver. Will Warner will be the quarterback. Jared Kilby will be a wide receiver. Justin Doman will be the running back. Jason Goss will be the big fullback. DeKale Hannibal, Jacob Wilson will be the center. Dallas Strader, Justin Griffin, Austin Lloyd will be the big guys up front. For the Blue Devils, it'll be Travis Kirkland, the fullback, and Devonian Witherspoon will be a wide receiver. Brantley Taylor will be the quarterback. Garrett Green, the big running back. That's who they rely on, David, for most of their rushing yards. Monte Ewan as well will be the running back. Up front, it'll be John Langley, Hunter Clark, Blaine Crabtree, Trey Peters, Ty Maccabee. And David, we would mention that there's a person in Harriman that's not feeling real well tonight. Probably the first Rockwood Harriman game they've missed in many, many years. Drac Langley, the recreation director, road superintendent up in Harriman. And Drac, hope you get to feeling better soon, guy, because we know how much this game means to you over the years. So as we move right along, captains now will be meeting to go out to the coin toss, the middle of the field. And for the Tigers, it'll be Justin Griffin, Dallas Strader, Drake Long, and Hannibal. So that'll be the captains. For the Blue Devils, it'll be Devon Angelo, Cody Williams, and Brantley Taylor.
Captains.
And Dallas Swicegood. So the Harriman fans now come out to make a little tunnel for the Harriman, for the Rockwood Tigers, as they'll run through the band as well. So the officials have the players at midfield. The flip. Harriman wins the toss, and they'll defer. So Coach Tapp wants the ball on defense.
Yep.
Put his defense on the field first. So we're moving right along here now to kickoff time. The Blue Devils will do kicking. Tigers will receive. So again, we welcome you to the Channel 12 Friday night game of the week, and it's a big one. And David, this is what high school football is all about.
Exactly.
So as David suggested, get your popcorn, get your Coke, because if you take a break, it may be halftime.
It very well could be, Ron. Everybody thinks I'm exaggerating, but I don't think so. Just knowing these two coaches.
So the sign, you might be 2-0, but we've beat you probably
5 in a row.
5 in a row. Okay.
I don't know. I think that's what it says.
Okay. 5-something.
5-something.
So as we come down, the Rockwood Band now will start playing. Here it goes. Here come the Rockwood Tigers. So we count down to kickoff.
40 seconds.
And our kickoffs tonight brought to you by Acme Block and Brick. Boy, what a lot of kickoffs they got last week, David.
Oh, Lord have mercy. We built a lot of stuff with them last week, Ron.
Let the folks at Acme Block and Brick show you what they can do to your backyard. They'll fix it any way you want. 5 locations to serve you: Crossville, Kingston, Alcoa, Sweetwater, and Chattanooga. From fire pits to large patios, they'll fix it any way you want it. all you got to do is go by and see the folks at Acme Block and Brick. Blue Devils will kick off. And kicking off for the Blue Devils will be Grant Jenkins, senior. He'll be doing the punting as well for the Blue Devils tonight. So again, we invite you to stay tuned for the Friday night game of the week here on Channel 12. Glad to have you with us. Ron Berry and David Queener, Brad Jones with all of the buttons and all the wires. So here we go.
My Harriman's ready, buddy. They've been lined up for a while now, Ron.
Well,
they can't wait.
Been out on the field for a while. So here we go in first quarter of play. It's Drake Long and Doman back for the Tigers. And Justin Doman will be a big part of this Tiger offense tonight as well. He and Drake Long as well. Drake Long is the real potent running back. He's got speed, probably one of the fastest players on the field tonight. The officials now looking around, and what are we looking for? The 25-second clock. Here we go. They're ready to go. Whatever it is, we're ready to go from Civitan Field, Tom Pemberton Stadium, here tonight. So, again, Jenkins will be kicking off for the Blue Devils. Great crowd on hand for this football game. Folks really around the fence, on the bank. So here we go with the Acme Block and Brick kickoff. So Jenkins now making sure he has the right number of people on the field. So he has the football, and we're ready to go. Again, thanks to our fine sponsors for letting us bring you this game here tonight. So both stands right now showing their enthusiasm for their respective teams. So here's the kick, and we're underway. It's a short kick, but it's going to bounce and taken, and the ball's on the ground.
Oh, Harriman got it.
Harriman got the football. The ball bounced on the ground some, and the Rockwood Tigers let it get away, and the Blue Devils came down and recovered, so they got exactly what they want right off the bat.
Yeah, so Harriman recovers. That's a big turnover early.
Well,
mark it down.
And the other thing, David, is you deferred, so you get the ball, and you're going to get the ball both halves.
That's exactly right. It's a big turnover.
So it's a 1st and 10. It's a Hammers 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils in the wing tee. So they'll give it to the running back around the left side, and he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
And already in Clinton's up 7-0.
Wow. Ewing on the run, and Ewing picks up, let's give him 5 yards. So down in distance, you're right on schedule, first play. Griffin on the stop for the Tigers, so 2nd and 6. That could be the center for the Blue Devils. In the eye this time, and this time they'll give it to Green. Green has running room. He's up to the 20. They're flagged down, and Green will score, but that one will come back.
That's coming back.
That one will come back, but, David, it was awful easy.
Yes, it was. And, a different offense for Harriman. Usually they line up that wing team, they line up in a pair of eyes.
Got in the eye that time, and Green just got to the corner.
Let's see, Ron. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on a minute. Holding.
That's probably why it was so easy, right?
Yeah.
whole lot easier if you can get one guy out of the way.
A big penalty right there, Ron. That's a killer.
So let's see. Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
he got him right there.
Yeah.
If he don't horse collar him around, he probably got him.
I'll tell you what, it's a little impressive when you see someone outrunning Drake Long, too.
Yes, it is.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 11 now for the Blue Devils.
Ron, what's impressing me right now, Harriman's got some good size. I mean, that's a good size offensive team out there. They're big.
Well, it is. David, they don't have the weights and stuff on the program, but 66, pretty good size young man. Center's a pretty good size young man.
Who's number 8?
Guard.
Who's number 8 that's split out? Man, he looks good too.
That's Witherspoon, spread out. In motion this time. Green now fakes, and they're going to throw the ball down.
Lord have mercy.
They had him there, but he had to throw it early because coming in for the Tigers was Strader. Strader came in from his left end position there, and Strader caused him to hurry the pass, so it's 3rd down now and 11.
Well, I've already lost out, Ron. They've done thrown the ball once, so we'll try to keep up with it tonight.
Well, it's probably a little early for a screen, but
oh, here we go. I tell you what, here we go with the screen. You know, Ron, I guess in a game like this, you just pull everything, you go deep in your playbook.
Taylor now comes back from the sideline with the play, and they get back in the wing T this time. And Ewing this time is going to take the little inside handoff, and a great play that time by the Tigers, because if Wilson doesn't make that stop, he has some running room.
Yes.
And right here you'll see he gets in the way, and Wilson comes up right there and had a blocker in front, doesn't make the play. So big play. 4th down and 9 for Harriman.
If 23 makes that block right there, Ron, we're in good shape.
Yeah, they had some good running room that time, but Wilson comes up, makes the ankle tackle, and the Blue Devils now at the 31-yard line are going to go for it on 4th and 9.
No
Do
choice.
they try the freeze first?
No, it's too far.
No, I'm saying, though, but do you get 5 of it back on the freeze? Now they go to the shotgun.
Wait a minute.
And a flag is thrown. Did somebody get into the zone? And it's a sideline. And Coach Webb wants to know, hey, come on, man. It's a Harriman Rockwood game. What's going on?
Well, you know, that well, I ain't going to say what I was
Well, I
say.
hope you don't. Here we go. Got a trip set to the left over here. And Taylor with Green, the running back. Snap side. They throw it out. Witherspoon, and he's got some running room. Oh,
he's got it.
Tackle, and he's got the 1st down. Tigers missed a good shot at him that would have been short of the 1st down, but Witherspoon gets it, and at 10-10, it's a Hammers 1st down for the Blue Devils, and it's a big one. And right there is the miss, and allows him to get the 1st down.
He makes that if he makes a better throw, Ron, there's a good possibility he scores on that play.
Hammers, where you'll find a good deal and a great deal more every time you go to Hammers.
I was in Hammers twice last week.
Ewing comes out way wide to the right there at the bottom of your screen. Coach Webb now is wanting the referee to come over and get some things straight here before we get any further along here. So Coach Webb,
we got a big confrontation going on with him right now. It's pretty heated too.
Well, he's just trying to figure out what's going on here. I mean, this early in the ball game, and and he's already got a warning, so you got to make sure you understand what's going on. The athletic director, Paul Kamikawa, comes down and is trying to figure out what it is too. Coach Webb's hot.
I don't understand what the electric clock operator's got to do with this. He ain't got no cord. He's wireless.
He's heard some conversation over there, and he's passed it on.
Yeah, look at him. Well, I don't know why we're even having a conversation with him.
Well, here we go.
If there's a malfunction in the clock, play it. If there's not, then don't. I think that's what they're discussing.
Well, they may be talking about the clock as well. He's got his remote control out, though, so
well, it ain't the coach's fault that it's not working.
It's 1st and 10 left, 1st quarter of play.
Maybe he don't know how to push the buttons.
Blue Devils get back in the I formation. Green at running back, Kirkland the fullback. And they'll give it to Green. Green comes around the right side, and the Tigers are there. And first man to hit him is Griffin, 68. And the helmet comes off, so Green has to go out for a play now.
It just didn't come off. They ripped it off.
Griffin, the 5'10", 270-pound senior, comes up and makes a big play. Along with Doman. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And now you're without your ace running back as well. Coming in for Harriman is JoJo Luna. So Luna now will get to a wing. They get back to the wing T. Witherspoon out to the left. Ewing this time sidesteps, gets a little running room, still on his feet, and Ewing is going to take it in. Touchdown Blue Devils as Ewing again makes a couple misses. And the Blue Devils with 9:03 left in the 1st quarter of play takes it in. All of that, David, after a fumble to kickoff.
Yep. That's a big score right there, Ron.
Jenkins on the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. Blue Devils up 7-0.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Another fine sponsor tonight's the City of Rockwood. Go Tigers. Good luck in tonight's game. Mayor James Watts, council members Peggy Evans, Mike Freeman, Jason Jolly, Jane Long, James Knuckles, and Sam Seat are behind the Tigers all the way. Remember, our young people will be our leaders of the future. We need to support them in all their endeavors. And this kickoff, Acme Block and Brick. Again, call Brantley Rivers and all the fine folks at Acme Block and Brick, 376-1080. For the Blue Devils, Jenkins will kick. This was another high, short kick. This time it's going to be taken and downed at the 30-yard line as they collide. Two Tigers collide, but they make the catch this time. And Jacob Wilson that time makes the catch and goes down. So 9:01 left as coming into the ball game for the first time tonight, Will Warner. So Warner, the junior, from the wing tee. He gives to the fullback Goss, and Goss up the middle, fights and gets out to the 35-yard line, gain of 5 for the big fullback. He's brought down by Adam Brock of the Blue Devils. 8:46 clock running. Second down and 5 for the Jackets. Jacob Wilson, the center for the Rockwood Tigers, and this time they'll give it to Long, and Long is going to be hit.
Well, they knew that play was coming.
Well, David, you know, one of the things when you got two teams that play the wing tee, you practice it every day. Defensively, you get to see it every day. Typically, most teams don't see the wing tee, so you lose a little bit of the edge tonight.
Yeah, you do tonight anyway.
It's really tonight, it's about blocking and tackling, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And it's all up front. The guys up front on both sides of the ball not win or lose the ball game for a team.
3rd down and 6 in the shotgun. Warner this time looks, throws down the field. He's got a man behind the defender, and it's a little overthrown. And flag is going to be thrown. What happened over here? Something happened after the play, because that's a huge flag.
And I'm going to guarantee you they're going to call a personal foul on that kid for pushing him after the ball went over his head.
That's a huge flag right there.
Watch and see. Wow.
It was intended. It was intended for Bowen.
That ain't going to make
That's a huge flag, because that would have made it 4th down. The ball was just a little overthrown. But the officials taking a long time to talk about it.
We got a flag down the field, and there's one right here and an official too, Ron.
Standing at the umpire.
Did he pick? And there's one over yonder on the far side, about the 21.
So flags everywhere.
Flags everywhere.
That's the one that the side judge threw over here.
I'd say we're gonna have
the umpire threw one here.
Maybe offsetting penalties. Do it
but
again.
That's still a huge play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this one down the field was after illegal man downfield.
Something on Rockwood. Dead ball. Personal foul.
There's your personal foul. So now they're going to mark the first one off against Rockwood. Well, we're confused here. Let's see what we're going to do here now. So the personal foul is going to give them a first down. Huge play right there. And that one occurred after, boy, the side judge getting an earful over there from Coach Tapp and his coaching staff. So to be another Hammers first down, and Coach Tapp's clapping now. Let's see what's going on here now. So we've got a whistle here. Tell you what, the officials are sort of losing it right here. There's plays going on and referees standing around. Coach Tapp wants an explanation here of what's going on.
You know, we're talking more about the officials than who we need to be talking about, the kids, and that's the sad part about this.
So while we've got a little delay, let's tell you about another fine sponsor, McCreary Auto Parts. Behind the Tigers, 110%. And if you're looking for some great buys, check with Steve, Earl, Mark, Gary, or Matt. They will help you with all your automotive needs. McCreary Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in Rockwood, is backing the Tigers this 2014 season and hope that you will support the Tigers as well. McCreary Auto Parts is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 7, Saturday 8 to 4. Closed on Sunday, but they encourage you to go to church on Sunday. Good luck, Tigers. Well, they're going to charge that timeout to Harriman. So Harriman gets a timeout. And again, we tell you about Walker's Home and Auto Supply, Case Knives, Moen Plumbing, Bunn Coffee Makers, GE Hot Point Appliances, plus Plum Pack Plumbing. Where would you find a combination like this? Only at Walker's Auto and Home Supply, South at Front Avenue in Rockwood, 354-9104. Another Hammers first down for the Tigers. And Goss again up the middle, and Goss again is breaking loose.
Uh-oh.
Now Goss is free. And Goss is going to probably get it down to inside the 20. Big run that time by Goss. And for the Blue Devils, JoJo Luna saves a touchdown. Big run that time for Goss. So it'll be another Hammers first down for the Tigers at about the 17-yard line. 7:39 left play in the first quarter. Warner from the shotgun. This time he'll take it, and he's hit hard.
Big loss.
Coming in for the Blue Devils is Adam Brock. Big hit for the Blue Devils, and that'll move it back to about the 18-yard line. So loss of about 3, second down and 10. This time Drake tries to get outside. Long is going to be hemmed in. Now he gets back out. He'll get to the 15-yard line, so he'll pick up about 3. So it's third down and about 8. 6:45 left here in the first quarter of play. So a big third down play for the Tigers.
Big down coming up right here, Ron. This is big.
Cooper comes into the football game for the Tigers, and he'll come down to the bottom of your screen. Kilby lines up behind Warner. Now they'll throw the little slant, and it's good to Cooper. Cooper's down to about the 12-yard line. Won't be enough for the first down.
They sniffed that out pretty quick.
So it's going to be a big fourth down play here now for Coach John Webb. Jaden Woods comes into the football game as Goss comes in as well. Warner comes out. So Goss now calls the play, and he'll line up as Drake Long now will take the center. So Drake Long, direct snap, and Long is going to try to go around the end, but coming in for the Blue Devils, making a big hit, is J.T. Phillips.
Harriman is all over that.
Flips that time, makes a big play, and with 5:42 left, the ball is going to go over to the Blue Devils, and it'll be a Hammers 1st and 10. Hammers where you'll always find a good deal and a great deal more. So go by and see the fine folks at Harriman at Hammers. 1st and 10. Blue Devils now have Witherspoon out wide to the left. Quick pitch to Green. Green cuts back, and Green will get it out to about the 19-yard line. Gain of about 3. 5:30 left here in the first quarter of play. Goss on the stop for the Tigers. David, one of the things that stands out about the Blue Devils here tonight, more speed than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, in a while. I'm just impressed with the size of the team out there. I mean, it's a pretty good-sized football team, too.
Taylor, the quarterback. Green, running back. And this time again, Green comes around the left side over the left guard, and he'll get it out to about the 23-yard line. So to bring up third down, let's say 3. So again, down in distance, right where you want it to be, David, your own schedule.
Yeah, this is something that's reachable right here.
So the Tigers now with a big third down play defensively.
Ron Harriman taking advantage of every second on the clock. Last time they snapped it with 3 seconds. Looks like it's going to be about the same this time.
Nathan Briley, big 6'5" defensive end, comes to the left side. And this time Kirkland has it. Kirkland makes his cut, and Kirkland will have the first down as he gets it out to about the 32-yard line. So it looks like it's going to be a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. So 4:11 left, first quarter of play.
I was in Hammers last weekend, talked to Kelly Calhoun there. Having a big sale.
Big Labor Day sale.
Yeah, they had everything in there.
Lloyd comes back into the ball game at defensive tackle for the Tigers. 6'2", 265.
14-7 Oak Ridge.
Taylor under center, back to throw. Looking, fires the ball down the field. Double coverage, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Tigers as Long is back there. Good coverage that time by the Tigers. Cooper back as well.
I guess the ball was out of bounds, but I thought there might have been a little pass interference there.
Well, but when you throw it that deep, it's going to keep those linebackers and defensive backs playing it a little safe, aren't they? Going to have to play honest.
Yeah, you're right.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line for the Blue Devils. This time Green, and Green is going to be stopped for no gain. Coming up to make the stop for the Tigers was Logan Abbott. Third down and 9. So Coach Tapp right here now, a coach that really doesn't like to throw the football, is in a passing position right here. About a screen pass.
I'll be shocked if they throw it, though. AC's up 7-0 on Gibbs, I believe.
Back to throw, and he's got a man there, but he got stopped right here. He got hit at about the 38-yard line was Green. So coming out of the backfield, so the Blue Devils now will punt the ball away. Defensive stand by the Tigers, and probably will get the football back in pretty good field position. So Jenkins back to the kick. End over end kick, kicks it away from the coverage, and it's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds somewhere around the 35, 34-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 33.
Not a bad punt.
Got a good roll and was able to kick it away from anyone. 2:52 left here in the first quarter of play. And so the Tigers now will take it again on a Hammers first down. If you haven't been to Hammers lately, you should stop and save with us this weekend. First and 10 for the Tigers. Ball is at their own 33-yard line, 2:52 left first quarter of play. Warner back to throw. Throws down to double coverage. Oh,
he dropped it.
Well, that time Long was behind the defender, but the defender might have been just enough to cause a distraction. It's right there you see the defender go up, and Long was about 2 steps behind him, but Long knows he should have caught it.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good pass, too.
2nd and 10, Warner right on the money that time, down the field. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. 2:45 left here, first quarter of play. Coming out wide to the left is Bowen. He's going to give it to Long, and Long tries to cut back, but again, Harriman is all over it.
Nothing.
Brock is in on the stop, and along with Flips, turned it back in. So 3rd down and 13. Cooper goes in with the play.
You know, Ron, this is one of these games where, like the drop pass and stuff, you can't have those. This is a big.
You got to have every one.
You got to have every one of them. Every play is so important.
2:03 left, first quarter of play. Warner in the shotgun, back to throw again. Looking, sets up the screen pass to Long, and it's incomplete.
I'm sure Long would like for this quarter to be over with so he can start fresh into something new.
4th down and 12.
Because he's not off to a really good start.
Well, the ball hung in the air just a little bit, David, and he might have been, hearing some feet.
No, it did. I understand that. It did, but he's not off to a good start, though. He needs to regroup right quick because he's too good an athlete, Ron.
Nice high punt. 33-yard line.
Lord have mercy, where was the blockers for him? He took on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them.
Miller on the punt that time.
I believe I just fair catch that ball.
Witherspoon didn't get much of a return, but he did take care of the football. He's out to the 38-yard line. 1:45 left, first quarter of play.
Not bad field position.
Oakdale up over Oliver Springs 6-0.
Rut-row.
Kirkland, this time they'll give it to.
Uh-oh. Oh, good move.
Ewing, and Ewing will cross midfield. 1st and 10. Hammers first down. So again, a little speed, little nifty running right here as he keeps his feet going and looks to get outside. Another little move right here gets him an extra 2 yards.
Yeah, a couple yards off that little move.
So it's another Hammers first down.
Go get
Redecorate the house with quality rugs. How'd you know I was going to read that?
I'm smart.
Rugs from all sizes at Hammers. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. They stay in the T formation, and here they give it to the fullback. He's got running room. He'll cross the 45,
first down.
Cross the 40, down to the 37-yard line, and the big fullback gets another Hammers first down. Kirkland on the run for the Blue Devils.
Ron, I don't care to tell you, Harriman looks pretty good right now. They're impressive.
So don't forget Hammers. If you just haven't been to Clinton, if you haven't been to Hammers in Wartburg or Clinton.
I was up there Saturday, and them coats I've been trying to get you to buy me and Brad, they had a big stock of them in. So
why don't you get us some?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Why not get us some?
In the I formation, this time to Green. Green gets out to the left side, and Green's going to pick up good yardage down to about the 31-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and about 3 for the Blue Devils. A flag is down. This one's probably coming back as it's in the vicinity of holding. So the side judge, the referee, umpire, they're all talking again. 48 seconds left, first quarter of play.
What'd you say, Brad? I didn't hear you. Fulton's up 10-0.
So a hit below the knee against the Tigers. Well, that's unusual. Haven't seen that one very often, have you?
Boy, that's a huge penalty right there, Ron. It gives them excellent field position.
Well, that takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Just about to the 15, yeah, about the 16.
16-yard line. Wow.
I don't
48 seconds left. It's another Hammers first down.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hammers, everyday low prices since 1952. Well, that's a good year. In the wing T again, the fullback, and he's down inside the 10-yard line. 8-yard line goes Kirkland. And Kirkland is a senior.
Just lower that head, Ron, and
you know, David, how many times has Coach Tapp told us, about the youth of this team? As 17 seconds, we may not get another play off in this first quarter, but the kids have grown up now, and most of these are seniors. So that'll be the last play of the first quarter. We'll tell you our score 7-0. Blue Devils out front. We'll be right back.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Hi, I'm Candy, a longtime shopper at Hammers. My friends and I have had a wonderful day shopping and saving on fun fashions for all occasions. Melissa is wearing a dress and jacket priced under $20. Karen's ensemble is under $30, and all the other outfits you see here, including mine, are in the same price range. Yes, these beautiful fashions are sold, but new shipments are arriving every week. Find your new look today and save at Hammers.
So as we start second quarter action, the Blue Devils have the football, leading 7-0 on the Tiger 8-yard line. And thus far, David, the Tiger defense has been unable to do much with the offense, and the offense hasn't been able to do much with the Harriman defense.
Now, right now, you'd say advantage Harriman both sides of the ball, Ron.
So Taylor under center, wing T formation. Green in motion, and Green cuts it back off the tackle, and Green will have it down at about the 6-yard line.
Close to the first down. Might have got the first down. If they mark it there, I believe he did.
He's a little close. He's still.
No, they're going to bring him out.
Huh?
They're going to bring him out. He's motioning for him to come out.
No, he's not close.
Yeah. From here, it looks like he's close.
He's not close.
Close enough. He's bringing him out.
He's probably got the first down. I was looking at the wrong line. He does have a first down.
I don't know.
Well, he's right at the 5-yard line, right? And the marker is about at the 6.
Yeah. Well, why is he? I don't quite understand.
So they're going to try to get. They're going to try to get help now on how to line up for a measurement. And here they come in a minute.
This crew struggled from the time they walked on the field tonight.
So the measurement for the first down is down and
short.
First down. Good job. So it's another Hammers first down. And again, we'll tell you that for Hammers, they're famous for low prices on famous brand fashions. Boy, and they've got some good looking, it's not just it's nice fashion,
nice stuff
for women and stuff. Taylor under center, wing T. Up the fullback again, and the fullback is close. He's about down to the 1-yard line. So Kirkland has had really good success tonight.
He has.
Running the football up the middle.
He has. In Clinton, it's 14-13 Oak Ridge. I don't know if Clinton missed the extra point or if they just hadn't kicked it yet. Missed the extra point, I'm told.
So 11:25 now in the clock runs as Maccabee brings the Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage from the center position. Clark, the left guard. They go up the middle. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Ron, that's an impressive drive right there, buddy. That's impressive.
And again, Kirkland just having his way right now up the middle.
Just pounding it right at you and making you like it. They're saying, stop us if you can. And they've not been able to do it.
Kick by Jenkins is up.
Wow.
And a
kick.
flag comes in, and that's going to be they're looking at both teams, but that's on the kickoff. Now that's going to be big too.
Yeah, it is. That could be big. They're pointing against Harriman for whatever reason. They've not told us yet. After we have a conference for a couple hours, they'll let us know.
Probably some jawing.
Probably so. Wouldn't shock me.
Personal foul, Blue Devils. So that will be, that'll be on the kickoff, and that'll be, that's a real advantage on the kickoff.
Selection, service, and savings. That's what keeps people coming back year after year to Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman. And with more than 40 years at the same location, we consistently offer what the customer wants. An incredible selection of new Ford and Lincoln models, as well as an incredible used inventory, an expert service department, and savings you won't find anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Marty Duncan, and for the best selection, service, and savings, see me and my team at Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman.
If you're building or remodeling and thinking about appliances, remember, Patterson's has the answer. And with a team like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, Genair, and Patterson's, plus service and parts after the sale, 4 locations, hey, that's a winner every time. Patterson's has been serving the area with name brand appliances for nearly 50 years, so you know they're here for the duration. That's Patterson's. They have the answer.
So the Blue Devils jump out to a 14-0 lead. The penalty will be marked off on the kickoff, and David, this is big because the Blue Devils now will kick off. Ball will go all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And this should give Rockwood really good field, especially if they pooch kick it.
If they kick it short and high again, like they have been.
It's going. I think this changes the strategy a little bit.
I mean, this could give the Tigers the ball about the 40 to 50-yard line, depending on how they elect to kick. But it is another Acme block and brick kickoff, and again, and now they're going to change. Well, we're going to have to. Coach Webb now trying to figure out as well what they're trying to do here. This is. Where's the white hat? He's way back here. He needs to step in here and figure out what's going on. They usually kick off from the 35-yard line, right?
40.
40?
Yep.
So Coach Webb trying to figure out now. He's looking at the white hat. White hat needs to come up and take charge. He's the man in charge. Here he comes. And they probably had it right to begin with.
Like I said, they've struggled from the time they've walked on the field.
Well, and David, it's been the side judge over there that's come in and tried to correct it.
And he was wrong.
They were right to begin with, 25-yard line, 40 minus 15. But anyway, Acme block and brick kickoff. They'll not make any mistakes.
Embarrassing.
And you won't have to wait. They'll get you done and get you done right. Jenkins will kick for the Blue Devils. And here's the kick. And this is going to be a little longer kick, a high kick that's going to be taken at the 30-yard line by Ramon, and he'll head it out to about the 43-yard line.
Good kick.
So Doman that time has it out to they'll mark it at the 43-yard line, and it'll be another Hammers first down. So we invite you to go by Hammers. look at all of the values that they have, and you can take care of all your wardrobe needs. There was a flag down over on the side. He's picked it up. I don't know. He's putting it back in his pocket now, though, but there was a flag down. Let's see what he's going to do now. He's coming in. So now we've got another conference. He's picked the flag up. You know, so we either need to mark off a penalty or let's play.
This is getting funny now.
Well, if you're one of the coaches, it's not very funny.
Well, no,
is
it's
it?
not. I mean, you know, but it's getting funny.
So here we go. 1st and 10 Tigers. Warner this time gives off to the left side, and Goss that time gets it across the 45 out to about the 47-yard line. Nice run. And stopped by Adam Brock of the Blue Devils. 2nd down, and we'll say 5. Bowen goes into the ball game at receiver, and he'll go out to the top of your screen. Warner under center. Goss the fullback. This time they quick pitch to Long. Long around the left side, and Long will be out of bounds. And where they say he goes out of way back here, he'll go out of bounds right at the flag. So he'll get a 1st down at the stick, and it's a Hammers 1st down.
That's the best run he's had all evening long.
Well, they're going to say, yeah, now the white hat's moving. The guy on the left over there was
just fell.
Anyway, it's a Hammers 1st down. So we invite you to go by and see the fine folks at Hammers. 10-16 left, first half of play. Warner under center. This time Long around the left side, and the Blue Devils sniff it out. Tell you, David, Adam Brock, a sophomore, has made a lot of tackles here tonight, number 62.
He's been in on a bunch, Ron. And he's just a sophomore?
Yes.
Wow.
Dakota Cantrell also in for the Blue Devils. 2nd down and 9. Warner now from the wing tee. Out the pass. He crosses over the middle. A nice connection, but it's not going to be enough. As for the Blue Devils, Witherspoon makes the stop. So Cooper makes the connection, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 6. And the Blue Devils jump off sides. So the freeze play works that time as Warner gets the Blue Devils to jump. So it'll be 3rd down and about 1. Ball moved down now to the Blue Devil 37-yard line. So big penalty on 3rd and 1 now. Look for Goss this time maybe to just run it up the middle and try to get the 1st down. As Warner gives it to Goss. Goss has more than the 1st down. Goss is across the 30, fighting, still on his feet to the 35, still on his feet all the way down to the 24-yard line. Goes Jason Goss.
Big run, tough run.
So Jason Goss right there fighting his way, and just watch him keep his feet moving. And a lot of white shirts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1st and 10 for Hammers. So just like Goss, you can get a big run out of the Hammers, and Goss again this time gets down inside the 20, where the big man for the Blue Devils, Dakota Cantrell, comes up and makes the stop. Von Angelo also in on the stop. 2nd down and about 6 and the Blue Devils want timeout, 8:27 left. We'll be right back.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
David, Tigers on a nice sustained drive right here on that kickoff after the penalty. Gave them good field position, and Goss on the big run here. And both teams having a lot of success running the fullback up the middle. So as you practice this wing T, you worry too much about everything else, that the middle has been open for both teams.
That's exactly right. This is a good drive right here for Rockwood.
Warner under center for the Tigers as the official blows the play live. And again, up the middle this time for the Tigers goes Kilby, and Kilby will have it at about the 14-yard line and be about a yard short. Stop the clock. Now they'll wind it back, 3rd and about 2. 8:15 left in the first half of play. Cooper goes out wide to the left for the Tigers in the wing T. Dolman and Long, the running backs, and they go up the middle again to Goss. Goss in the running back. He's going to score. Jason Goss scores from 15 yards out. And again, David, fullback up the middle.
Yep. Nice drive.
That's been bread and butter for both of these teams tonight, though, offensively. And who would have thought that it's the fullback up the middle?
Yeah, nobody. Nice drive for Rockwood, though. It's a good drive. Gets them back in this ball game.
14-yard drive, and a big point after. Kick is up and good. Trey Treadway on the point after. No, that's not Treadway.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Trey Treadway is the one young man who kicked the extra point, so we got 14-7, 7:54 left here in the first quarter, and we'll tell you about our fine sponsor. Looking for a good used automobile part? Glenn's is the place you need to be in Rockwood. You'll find new, used, rebuilt parts for the vehicle that you're looking for, whether it's foreign or domestic. 65 acres of parts available, so you can find most anything that you need. You'll find late model repairable cars as well. They also buy wrecks, so give them a call, 354-0622. Glenn's Auto Parts, Highway 27 and 70. Kicking off for the Tigers on the Acme Block and Brick kickoff. Will be taken at the 20-yard line and down the sideline and hit out of bounds. JoJo Luna, and thought we might see a flag there, David.
Yeah.
As Luna this time gets the football and down the sidelines, and not bad. It's a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils now. And David, this is a big part of the football game for the Blue Devils right here. Can they keep it going? Because the Tigers now have shown that they've got some offense going. So it's a big play for both sides of the ball right here for these teams. Taylor this time to Green. Green trying to make a cut. He gets outside, and he's still loose as he crosses the 45, down to the 40, down to about the 39-yard line. So,
and that's a good run.
The junior, Garrett Green, with a big play on first down, and he's right back now across the 40-yard line down to the Tiger 39. 7:36 left, first half of play. Kirkland, the fullback, who's had a big night thus far in this wing T offense for the Blue Devils. And this time they...
I didn't quite understand that.
Ewing this time doesn't have the hole that's coming up to fill the gap for the Tigers was Jaden Woods.
I'm sure that's where the play was designed to go, but outside would have been there.
So at the 39, second down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Taylor looking things over, quick pitch to Green. Green gets a couple of it back, but coming up to make the hit for the Tigers was Kilby. .6:22 left here in the first half of play, third down and 6. Blue Devils. Again, Green, and this time Green's going to be hit for a loss. Coming up from his safety position is McCain. The freshman comes up, makes a big hit. First time tonight, David, that they've come up and put a stop. It's fourth down now, and let's say 9.
Harriman punt the ball right here?
No.
You don't think they will? I figured they'd try to punt it and pin them deep.
I don't think. I think, it's about where you, on a kickoff, it's where they've about taken it.
They're going to let the clock.
So they're going to talk about it?
Apparently so. I don't know who's taking time out. Let's see. Harriman.
Harriman on the timeout. We'll be right back.
Is my prescription ready yet?
No. Why don't you try shopping a while? Nope, not yet.
How about now?
Not quite yet.
Now?
Oh, looky here. Now your prescription's ready.
There's got to be a better way.
Leader Pharmacies. No hassle, same copays, better service.
This is better.
Your local Leader drugstores are just around the corner. In Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore is at 225 West Rockwood Street in downtown Rockwood, or call 354-0234. In Harriman, go to Chase Drugs at 319 Roan Street, next to the Roan Medical Center, or call 882-2421. In Kingston, visit Kinzer Drugs at 142 East Cumberland Street, just across from the courthouse, or call 376-5157. Be sure to visit your local Leader drugstores today.
5:20 left in the first half of play, fourth down and about 8.
OJ's going to punt it. Pin them deep.
Hadn't punted it yet.
No, they're going to.
There they go. And it's a high kick, and it'll go into the end zone.
Didn't need that.
So, they're going to pick up 20 yards.
Yeah, something like that. They didn't need that. They need to.
Needed out of bounds.
Out of bounds, about 3.
So it'll be a Hammers first down for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. 5:14 left in the half. Let's see if they can pick up offensively where they left off. Warner at quarterback for the Tigers. Brentley out to the left side, and they'll go up the middle again. And a gain of about 2 for Kilby to the left
as
side.
Kilby
and they'll
tries
go
to
up
go
the middle
up.
again.
And Kilby is brought down by Adam Brock and another young man's name we've called a lot tonight, David. Second down, 8. Not much wind tonight. Flag just a tad of wind on the flag. Warner with Goss in the secondary. They'll give it to Long as Long tries to come back on the little counter play. He'll get it out to about the 27-yard line. So to bring up third down and about 4.
You know, they've done a good job containing Long tonight. They've kept him in check pretty much in this first half.
They have done a good job for the Blue Devils. Coming up, Angelo to help make a stop. So third down and 4 for the Blue Devils. 4:09 left here now in the first half of play. Cooper going out wide to the top of your screen. The quick pitch. Again to Long. Long is going to get to the corner, have the first down, and he'll be out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, but he picks up a first down. It'll be a Hammers first down. So the Hammers first down. Hammers where you'll always find a good deal and a great deal more. 3:53 left, first half of play. Again, Warner this time goes up the middle, and Blue Devils again with a nice play. As Goss that time is unable to get past the original line of scrimmage in the middle of the Blue Devil line. And coming up with a big play, once again, for the Blue Devils, Adam Brock, a sophomore. What a game that young man's played.
Playing a good game right now.
3:37 clock running. Second down, 10 for the Tigers. Hadn't been quite as fast as you thought it would be, David.
No, not really.
Warner from the shotgun. Back to throw. Looking screen pass set up, and it's deflected, and Doman picks it up, and Doman's going to go all the way down to the Blue Devil 35-yard line. What a play. Long tips it, Doman picks it up. Watch this right here now. It's going to be a floater. It's going to tip to Long. Doman picks it up and then takes off. Green in pursuit.
Hey, you got to have a little luck every
Along
now
with
and
Ewing. So big play. 3 minutes left here now for the Tigers' first half. Hammers first down. Warner to Goss. Goss with a big hole up the middle, and Goss is going to score for the Tigers. 35-yard run with 2:51 left.
And just like that, we're back to almost tied again here.
So again, Treadway will be on. Long holes, and looks like that time Long does a really good job on the snap. Let's see if we've got it here, but he looks like he's done a nice job. Looks like maybe a low snap. So with that, we're all tied at 14. We'll be right back.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
2:51 left in the half. And kicking off for the Tigers will be Logan Miller. Miller's kick is a high kick. That'll be coming down and staying in bounds, and he's out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds right there. The ball was really not going anywhere, and the young man had to do something, as you'll see right here. And when he picked it up, he touched it before the ball went out of bounds. It's like so they're going to say the ball was out of bounds.
Put it on 35 or 30? 35.
Yeah, that one looked awful close, didn't it?
Yep.
Let's see if we can tell right here.
Yep,
wow.
It's on the line.
Wow. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 2:51 left, first half of play. Taylor this time to Green. Green cuts out, and his helmet comes off, and Green's hurt. Looks like Green's got an injury right there. You could tell by the look on his face. And for the Tigers, Hannibal turned that one back in, but you can tell right here as soon as Green gets hit, he's walking off pretty gingerly there, but right there. Looked like his knee right there. Hannibal turns it back in. And that's the second time Green's lost his helmet tonight. And for the Tigers coming up to help make the stop, Wilson. 2nd down and 5. 2:37 left first half of play. Blue Devils this time on the left side, right side, and again the young freshman coming up from the Ryan McCain, the young freshman coming up, makes a nice play.
Good play.
They strung it out, and actually JoJo had nowhere to go. Luna's, as you see right there, a lot of green shirts, and McCain comes up, makes a nice tackle. 3rd down and 6. 1:56 left now in this first half of play. A lot of time now being taken by the Blue Devils. Coming to the bottom of your screen is Jenkins. Taylor back to throw, looking, throws across the middle, and almost intercepted. Looked like that time Cooper has a chance for the interception as the ball is overthrown. So Taylor looks, and there you see right there going through his hands. 4th down and 6. It stops the clock with 1:33, so Coach Webb's able to take and keep his timeout, David.
Yeah, he is. They're going to get the ball back in pretty good field position, too.
May try to come after this punt. Kick is away. Oh, it's a nice high kick that Long will take at the 20-yard line. Long has running room, comes to the sideline, and will have it all the way out to the 45-yard line. So nice return by Drake Long and the Tigers. Making the stop, Jenkins for the Blue Devils, and that's the punter. Nice catch by Long. And a nice voided right there of trying to a block in the back. Now we've got 1:20 left in the half. Tigers with all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10. Hammers 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The ball on their own 46-yard line. Warner in the shotgun. And timeout is going to be called by Coach Webb. So with that, we'll take a timeout as well.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods. If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno's Sporting Goods, we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno's Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
David, this is reminiscent of some of the big rivalry games played between these two teams over the year.
I'm sure it is. I've not got to see all of them, but I've seen a few here in the last couple of years.
1st and 10, Hammers first down for the Tigers. Warner back to throw, looking, throws it out in the flat to Long, and he's got some running room and gets all the way down, makes one-man miss, and has it down to the Harriman 40-yard line.
Running
where
hard.
The clock will stop while they set the chain.
Warner.
Back to throw. 1:08 left here in the first half of play. It's another Hammers first down.
I'm sure Coach Tapp didn't want to see Long get on track here. He'd rather would have shut him out the first half maybe.
Cooper goes in for Brindley. Warner back to throw. Has time, now is being pursued, and he'll throw it down and out of bounds. Incomplete, out of bounds. The interception occurred out of bounds. So to be second down with 44 seconds left. Nice try that time by JoJo Luna, just out of bounds.
Good pressure on the quarterback that time.
And Warner may have been trying to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, he probably was, because they had the heat on him. He was having to run for his life.
Yeah, here's a somebody peels back and makes a good block right there.
Face mask. Didn't call it. Looked like a face mask.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. 44 seconds left. Bowen comes out wide to the left. Now they set the little screen out, and Goss has it. Nice move by Goss right there. As the Blue Devils come up, and a good block right there. Bowen comes back and makes a good block right there, and that gets the crowd excited. Coach Webb takes a timeout. So we'll tell you about some of our fine sponsors. City of Rockwood, Mayor James Watts and the council members Peggy Evans, Mike Freeman, Jason Jolly, Jane Long, James Knuckles, and Sam Seat are behind the Rockwood Tigers this year. Remember, our young people will be our leaders in the future. Support the Tigers in all of their endeavors. Good sportsmanship and part of growing up. Play hard, Tigers. The leaders are behind you. McCurry Auto Parts is behind the Tigers 110%. And if you're looking for some great buys, check with Steve, Earl, Mark, Gary, or Matt. They'll help you with all your automotive needs. McCurry Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in Rockwood, is backing the Tigers this football season and hope that you will support the Tigers as well. McCurry Auto Parts, open Monday through Friday from 8 to 7, Saturday 8 to 4. They're closed Sunday, and encourage you to go to the church of your choice. 3rd down and 4. 33 seconds left, and they'll go to Kilby up front, and Kilby is stopped in his tracks. Big hit by Kirkland, the fullback, on offense, and he made a big hit on defense.
Boy, he did.
So Coach Webb will take he'll take his last timeout, I think. And 29 seconds left.
Bringing Goss back in. That's a big stop right there, Ron. It brings up a big 4th down play right here. A lot of momentum on Rockwood's side right now, so Harriman needs to shut it down. You don't want Rockwood to go into halftime with any momentum, and they've got it right now.
Case Knives, Moen Plumbing, Bunn Coffee Makers, GE, and Hot Point Appliances, plus Plum Pack Plumbing. Where'd you find a combination like this? Only at Walker's Auto Home and Supply, Front Street in Rockwood. They've been to the same location since 1946. Give them a call, 354 9104, Walker's Automotive Supply and Home Supply. 4th down. Tigers this time go to Goss. Goss has the first down and more. Goss in the secondary. Goss inside the 20. Goss still on his feet down to about the 11-yard line. So now with 20 seconds left, Rockwood will probably come to the line of scrimmage and spike the ball just to get a play in.
All right, Brock
They'll
Goss.
stop the clock unless coach can get a play in right now.
Brock Goss in for a special play. He's been able to run. He's really run hard tonight.
So Warner now downs the ball. That'll stop the clock with 18 seconds left. So the ball now will be 2nd down, as the Hammers' 1st down was a spike. Coming in for the Tigers at wide receiver will be Bowen, and he goes out to the top of your screen. Goss is fullback, long, coming in motion to the right. Looking to throw. It's complete to the big tight end, Briley, and Briley has it down to about the 4-yard line. 13 seconds left. So, David, you risk here if you run it and don't get it in. You may not get another play. So
yeah, I think he had to be an end zone play here, Ron, a pass play probably.
So Coach Webb now sending a play in. And coming in with the play is Cooper. And you may go right back to the big man, 6'5". He goes to the left as the tight end. Cooper comes wide to the right.
Slant right here. Look here.
And there it is.
Bang.
And he's in. Tell you, Warner made a good throw right there.
Yeah. He throwed that kid a couple times tonight on that slant.
So again, Treadway will kick, Long will hold. Good snap that time. The kick is up and good. And David, just like that in the 2nd quarter, the Tigers have scored 21 unanswered.
Yep.
So the Tigers.
How fast the tide turns.
Tigers now will have a kickoff as we take a timeout. Keep it right here and tell you that the kickoff brought to you by Acme Block and Brick. And for all of your backyard needs, Acme Block and Brick is the place to go. Bring them in your plans, and they'll do all the rest for you. You can give them a call, 376-1080, and Brantley Rivers and all the fine folks at Acme Block and Brick will take care of all your needs. So Hannibal will kick off this time, so I'm guessing that's a squib kick, David.
Yeah, probably so. It might not be.
Well, I would guess they're going to squib it and just let the clock run on this kickoff. There it is.
Oh, he fumbled it.
And the Tigers get the ball. No, Harriman got it. Somehow it got out of that pile, and Harriman gets the football. That was close.
Wow.
Because the Tigers had a great opportunity to get that one. So 7 seconds left. It's a Hammers 1st down for the Blue Devils. And Coach Tapp, who gets the ball to start the 2nd half, may just be ready to take a knee here and get to the locker room.
Yeah, I believe I would, Ron.
Oh, what a hit. Big hit right there by the Tigers.
That's the end of it.
Woods on a big hit right there for Ewing. And that's the end of the first half of play. So the Tigers come back with 3 big scores and take a 21-14 lead to halftime. We'll be right back.
The Rockwood High School cheerleaders hanging out at Oak Ridge Utilities District, getting ready for the big game.
T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S.
ORUD makes it easy with 0% financing. When it is your turn to host the big game, they have all your appliance needs from ranges to refrigerators to make you the MVP of this season.
With natural gas log sets starting at $199, don't fumble during a power outage this year. Come down to ORUD and get your set of natural gas logs to keep your family warmed up and in the game.
Teaming up with Oak Ridge Utility and Natural Gas will have you calling all the right plays this year. Don't wait to make the switch, call today. Now the only question is,
What time is it?
It's high school football time in Tennessee.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
At Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, we have a terrific selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We are a part of the Sexton Automotive Group family of dealerships, and we sell and service all makes and models. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is also a full-service Napa Auto Care Center, and our state-of-the-art Napa Collision Center can handle any auto body or glass repair needed. Come see our new look at the family-owned and operated Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, 799 Oak Ridge Turnpike. Get your Nexton at Sexton.
How you doing, Eric? You doing all right, brother? Yeah. I need more than that.
if they would, let's just make just know that we have an understanding that we'll be kicked out after you say it. So I think we should go for the goal. What would you say? Bam! Sup? Sup? Huh? They're the exact same feet. My feet's different.
Joined at halftime now by State Representative Kent Calfee. And Representative Calfee, welcome to the oldest rivalry in the state of Tennessee.
Thank you, Ron. I saw the Battle of the Bridge a couple of weeks ago, and I think Knoxville TV had it as the longest rivalry, but I believe this one is, and it's a heck of a game tonight. It sure turned around here in the second quarter, and I'm sure the coaches are going to be giving real good talk at halftime.
As we stand right here, we're in your district.
That's correct.
If we were to take about 8 feet across, we wouldn't be.
That's about right, Ron. That's about right.
As we look down the street here, but welcome to the press box, and it's always good to have you with us.
It's always good to be with you, Ron. I try to make at least one game for each team in the district during the year, and this is my night for Rockwood, and it's been a heck of a game so far. I'm looking forward to the second half.
Well, it is, and I'm sure you're looking forward to getting back to Nashville and starting another session, and that'll be here before you know it.
Well, I've got to win an election in November. I hope everybody will stick with me and go back. I'm looking forward to getting back if we win, and we're not taking anything for granted, but we're certainly optimistic, and it's a really enjoyable job when you get to help some people and get out to see all the constituents. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I know you're now getting a little more comfortable and finding your way around more down in Nashville, and we appreciate what you're doing down there. I know it's a full-time job, but again, when you're taking care of constituents, that's what it's all about.
Well, one of the best things about this, I have such good local officials in the cities and the counties that I represent. And it's just great to get to work with the good local officials. That's what makes government great, is the local people.
Well, welcome. We always appreciate you and hope you'll always come and see us when we'll be in Kingston next week.
Appreciate you. Take care, Ron.
Okay,
see
appreciate you, Coach. Representative Kent Calfee. now by the principal at Rockwood High School, Alan Reed. And Mr. Reed, first of all, thanks for letting us be a part of this oldest rivalry in the state.
Well, Ron, on behalf of Rockwood High School, you're always welcome to be here to broadcast our games. Gives a chance for our elderly that are unable to come to the game to see this game. And this is very historic for between Rockwood and Harriman, and we always enjoy this rivalry.
Mr. Reed, you look out on the field and this fine Rockwood band that we have out here tonight, you have to really be proud of the way they're performed over the last couple of years.
Yes, Mr. Metcalf came in as the band director, and he's really built our band program, our music program all together. This is the first year we've got picked up a halftime teacher, Mr. Jenkins, who teaches at Rockwood and Harriman. He's doing a chorus, and he has 34 in the first year chorus program that we have. Mr. Metcalf has the band program. Mr. Metcalf has got a guitar class. We got 16 students in guitar, so music is a big part of Rockwood High School.
So you're using your new band room well?
Yes, sir, we are.
Mr. Reed, another big thing that I know you're proud of, and we have Coach Wes Ford here behind us, is the girls soccer program.
Yes, Ron, that program has been building. For the first time, we've got a group of girls who have all played competitive soccer together, and they're doing an outstanding job. They've only got one loss, and that was to CAK, and CAK probably will win the state championship. But everybody else in East Tennessee needs to look out because the Rockwood Lady Tigers are for real.
And as advertised last year.
Yes, sir. They defeated second best team probably in our district, Grace, by a score of 8-0 last week. They beat Gatlinburg Pittman 4-1. So they have an equal number of juniors, seniors, freshmen, sophomores, and they're doing an outstanding job. If you like soccer at all or don't know anything about soccer, it's a fun experience to come and watch those ladies play.
Mr. Reed, it's always a treat to come down here, and the hospitality is second to none, and to be able to witness these big rivalry games is it's great for the community as well as the school.
Right, and both the student bodies are into it tonight. Harriman's got a good student section over there, and our student section is equally well. Our students have really organized around a couple of our underclassmen, Case Miller, Dakota Thompson, Savannah Ledbetter. They've organized this pep section we've had, and this is the largest pep section that we've had for a football game, and they're doing an outstanding job just cheering for our team and showing good sportsmanship.
Thanks again for allowing us to be here. It's always great to come down to Rockwood.
Ron, thank you, and thank BBB, and we always appreciate you guys being here, and I think we'll see you later on down the season.
We will, and anything we can do to help Rockwood High School, you let us know.
Okay. About a $10,000 donation would help.
We're going to join now Coach Wes Ford, the soccer coach here at Rockwood High School, and get him mic'd up here. And Coach, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me.
Coach, over the last couple of years, you've increased the awareness of soccer. You've started to putting together a team, and last year it all come together for you on the girls' side, and what a run you had.
Yeah, the city, the people here in Rockwood have really got behind the program. We've got new lights at the field, a new scoreboard. It's just great to have community support. It excites the kids. They've been working hard, and this girls team I got this year, they got a lot of potential. We'll just have to see what they can do.
Coach, as well, the boys program has been doing well as advertised, but this girls bunch took a lot of teams by surprise last year, and a lot of folks probably didn't give you the kind of respect that they should have, and you made a nice run in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were a little surprised at what we had. The program has come a long way. With the boys, it's only 3 years old now, and the girls have really made a big turnaround.
How important is it for you to have a good, solid middle school program?
Oh, it's crucial going forward. We're already looking at what we can do to start a boys program in the middle school. We've got to get the kids in the community playing at a younger age, so that we can compete at the highest level in the state.
Coach, soccer still to a lot of folks is a foreign sport. The World Cup obviously electrifies the American sports scene for a while, but then it dissipates sort of after that's over with. And I know you don't get a lot of big crowds and things, but But the lights at the soccer field will help a lot of that, right? When you can play some night matches and get more people out.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what, the community support here has just been awesome. We played Grace a couple weeks ago, and I don't know how many were there, but it felt like almost we were at a high school football game. There's so many, and it's just been great having that kind of support from the parents and the faculty here at the school and just the other kids.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for coming up, and we're gonna work on doing a soccer game on TV.
Oh, that sounds great. Sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you.
All right.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna listen to the band again. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Rockwood High School Mark Pregame.
Paid too much. Hammer's buyers search the South Rug markets every month for special deals on area and room size rugs, like these in traditional, oriental, and contemporary designs. Choose from high quality heat set rugs, olefins or wool. Plus, there's always a special selection of kitchen and bathroom rugs for $288. Remember,
don't pay too much. Buy your rugs at Hammer's.
Patterson's Home Appliance Center continues to have the answers. Just ask Mark Russell, the store manager in Oak Ridge, because he can help out when you're making your selection on any appliance. And when you have choice between name brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana, you just can't lose. That's Patterson's with 4 locations on the Turnpike in Oak Ridge, just off I-40 in Midtown, on the 4-lane in Rockwood, and Kingston Pike in Knoxville. Patterson's Home Appliance Center.
Like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals, we treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
At Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, we have a terrific selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We are a part of the Sexton Automotive Group family of dealerships, and we sell and service all makes and models. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is also a full-service Napa Auto Care Center, and our state-of-the-art Napa Collision Center can handle any auto body or glass repair needed. Come see our new look at the family-owned and operated Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, 799 Oak Ridge Turnpike. Get your Nexton at Sexton.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Is my prescription ready yet?
No. Why don't you try shopping a while? Nope, not yet.
How about now?
Not quite yet.
Now?
Oh, looky here. Now your prescription's ready.
There's got to be a better way.
Leader Pharmacies. No hassle, same copays, better service.
This is better.
Your local Leader drugstores are just around the corner. In Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore is at 225 West Rockwood Street in downtown Rockwood, or call 354-0234. In Harriman, go to Chase Drugs at 319 Roan Street next to the Roan Medical Center, or call 882-2421. In Kingston, visit Kinzer Drugs at 142 East Cumberland Street, just across from the courthouse, or call 376-5157. Be sure to visit your local Leader drugstores today.
Acme Block and Brick kickoff. Devils, and getting it out to across the 40-yard line.
Great field position.
JoJo Luna. So the Blue Devils with a nice return, and it'll be a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. Buy famous brand fashions at Hammers. Famous low prices every day. So on the first down, the Blue Devils will have it at their own 40-yard line. Taylor to the line of scrimmage. Kirkland at fullback, and he'll get the football. And we'll pick up about 4, but David, that might be the shortest yardage he's picked up tonight.
Might be. I talked to a few people at halftime, and we sort of agreed thought Harriman might got a little tired in the second quarter, Ron, and we'll see if they got rejuvenated here.
Strader on the stop for the Tigers. Second down, 6, as Taylor now gets the play from the sideline. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. In the wing tee, this time Green, and Green follows his blockers, and Green will be short of the first down by about a yard. Nice play for the Blue Devils as Green just follows the blocks that time, and a surge up front.
He's in there somewhere.
Big hole that time, and a nice block by Peters, Trey Peters, the junior offensive lineman.
Yeah.
For the Blue Devils, and it's 3rd down and 1.
They just get in there and run and keep him legs and feet churning and digging. And
big 3rd down play for the Blue Devils. They give it to Kirkland, and Kirkland just fights his way, fumbles the football, and the Tigers have it.
Wow.
So fighting a little bit without protecting the ball is going to cause them a turnover as he just fights, and boy, you can't,
it's
football.
Backbreaker.
But Blue Devils on a nice run, and it'll go over to the Tigers. So on the turnover, Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Hammers first down. Tigers the ball at their own 35-yard line, and not many turnovers tonight.
Not a lot of turnovers. Cofield's up 14-0.
So Hammers first down for the Tigers. Warner under center. And he'll give it to his fullback. And Goss is up the middle, and Goss has one man to beat. And Goss will be brought down, but not until he gets all the way down to the 18-yard line as Ewing brings him down. But a huge turnaround in this football game right here with one play up the middle.
Yeah, Rockwood's they're going for it right here. We'll put some nails in the coffin.
And once again, David, the fullbacks up the middle have been
long.
the best offensive play for both teams.
All night long. I wouldn't run nothing else.
Well, Kilby comes in at fullback to give Goss a break, and Kilby will take it, this time around the left side. And on the stop for the Blue Devils will be Adam Brock. And, David, we've called that young man's name at least a dozen times tonight.
At least.
So that's a young man that we're going to be hearing a lot about over the next couple of years. Sophomore. 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. Bowen comes in for the Tigers. And I believe it's going to be a delay of game. So that makes it second down and about 14. Quick pitch to Long. Long with blockers out in front, and Long streaking down the sideline. Long scores.
Can't keep him down long. Kept him in check the first half, Ron. Let him get on a little roll, but now he's got his feet under him now.
Well, David, that time they send
radio station.
One in motion, couple of others out in front of him, and they get good blocking out on that left side that time. Had about 3 blockers out front.
Radio station.
So the kick is up. Kick is good. And David, that's 28 unanswered points.
Yeah, Harriman's reeling right now, Ron. That turnover was huge. Harriman needed to take that ball, have a good long drive, go down and score, tie this game up. But instead, that turnover leads to 7 points, and now they're down by 14. They've got an uphill battle right here. I think they're sort of
junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Acme Block and Brick kickoff.
We building them again this week.
376-1080. Give them a call.
Ron Harriman needs a drive right here for something big to happen. Whoa.
Luna takes this kickoff, and the momentum has shifted.
Big time.
Brindley on the stop. Wilson on the stop. But it's a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. And David, the Blue Devils now cannot afford any more turnovers. Have to put some points on the board, because here's where Coach Webb will really ice this football game.
Oh, yeah, I'll be shocked if you see Coach Webb's team throw it again. I mean, it's probably Rambo right or Rambo left or whatever that play is you call it all the time.
This time Green is going to try to go around, and he slips.
Oh, that's a late
there
hit.
There it is. There it is. Green that time was hit back at about the 24-yard line.
You notice Rockwood's made some adjustments, it looks like, Ron, and they're getting out, and that's just a late hit on Goss. He's played a really good game to have something like that happen. But Rockwood's made some adjustments at halftime. They come up and pursued that play really well. In the first half, Ron, they had trouble with that play a lot. There was a big gainer for Harriman in the first half. It's what you want to see coaches make adjustments at halftime.
So personal foul, and it'll be first down and about 5. They didn't mark off 15 yards, did they?
Well, he lost about 5 probably.
Okay, I didn't think he lost that much, but he must have.
He did.
So the personal foul is from the spot of the foul?
I'm assuming, because that's how he marked it.
Second down now and about 2. 8:45 left in the third quarter of play, and the Blue Devils need a drive and they need points.
And the intensity has really picked up on the Rockwood side. You can see it, and you can even feel it a little bit.
Yeah, the momentum definitely.
Harriman has slowed. Look, Harriman has slowed way down, Ron. I mean, it's taking longer to get the plays in from the sideline now. They're almost down to 10 seconds on the play clock, and they're struggling.
Taylor underneath. They go up the middle again.
First down.
And they'll pick up the first down as Green gets the first down. So it'll be another Hammers first down.
I'll go up there tomorrow and buy me and Brad a coat and bring you the ticket.
Well, you might as well get 3.
Who am I getting the third and fourth?
Well, I might as well get me one while you're going up there.
No, you can buy your own.
Oh,
I know
okay.
what it'll be. I'll
Okay.
have to pay for mine and Brad's. You won't
Okay.
pay for them. I go up and talk to Kelly Calhoun and Don and Margaret and all of them up at Hammers.
Well, tell
See
them
what we can get.
tell them we'll wear them. If we'll get them embroidered and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we would.
1st and 10 Hammers for the Blue Devils, and Taylor back to throw.
Wide
Looking
open.
down and
Wide open.
he makes the
good
catch. Long is there for the Tigers.
He just goes up and takes it from
But
him.
he does.
Ron. Just take it from him.
Witherspoon just goes up, and you see right here, it was Long. Maybe it looked like he was in position, maybe to even make an interception, but Witherspoon goes up. Nice play that time.
Yeah, good play. Number eight's a good-looking athlete for Harriman.
So it's a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. New shipments arriving every week.
Yep.
Of new rugs for Hammers, so they have it all.
Well, they had a ton of them in there last weekend.
And this time the Tigers are going to stymie Ewing coming up for the Tigers, making a big stop.
You got to hit the hole. You can't stagger in there. You ain't got time to stutter step.
Austin Lloyd on the stop for the Tigers. .650 here left in the third quarter of play. 2nd down and 11 for the Blue Devils after the big pass completion. Devils wing T. And Green again, this time makes a nice cut. Plants and cuts that time. The Tigers had it stopped outside, so Green just cuts it up. Nice run.
Good run.
Good looking running back.
Yes.
Right there.
Good cut off the block.
Angelo coming into the ball game for the Blue Devils.
You know, Ron, a much improved Harriman football team over last year. You can tell they've grown up a little bit. They're healthy right now, but it's a good-looking football team, even though they're losing right now, but it's a good-looking football team.
And this time Green again finds a little running room, picks his way, and a good block that time by the Blue Devils as Peters makes a good block.
Just what the doctor ordered for Harriman. A good dose. Need a long drive here and a score.
So up front for the Devils, Langley, Clark, Crabtree, Peters, Maccabee. The big guys up front. See 5:46 on the clock. It's another Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. Power I formation this time. They give it to the fullback. And Green this time stays on his feet.
Oh, good run.
Gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
You know, you're not going to arm tackle him, Ron. You got to wrap up on him and take him to the ground. You just ain't going to put your arm out there and take him down.
Oh, right there.
Look
You
at
got
him
a
here.
big hole
Bam.
right there.
Runs over one,
gets
staggers
by.
for another 6 or 7 yards. Good run. He's a sophomore too, isn't he?
No.
Is he a sophomore?
No.
I thought he was
He's
a
a
sophomore.
junior.
He's a junior? Okay.
2nd down and 1. I'll tell you, with the linemen, these underclassmen linemen, pretty good building block. They stay in the power I formation. Green, the tailback. Green again. This time goes inside, outside, and coming up to make a stop is Doman for the Tigers.
Needed one more blocker out there, Ron. He didn't have enough blockers.
What's 25 come up in your screen?
Be honest with you, he outruns
Right
his
there.
blocks. He should have, if he'd cut back, he might have scored right there.
Yeah, he had Angelo out there as a blocker and didn't set him up.
Yep.
So they get the first down. It's 1st and goal now. The ball at about the 8-yard line. Again, Green, and Green off the right side. Fights his way down close inside the 5.
Down to about the 2, I believe.
So about the 2. Okay.
2 or 3. I can't really tell. Let's see where they spot it right here. About the 2-yard line.
Clock running, 4:20 left, third quarter of play. Blue Devils on another run.
Big drive right here. Need a score. Don't need 3, need 7.
So Green stays in the tailback position. Kirkland, the fullback. Green, touchdown, Blue Devils.
Number 30, right up. Where do you run it?
Right up the middle.
Right up the gut. A good drive, Ron. Harriman answered back that time, and it's a good drive to bring this thing 28-20 with Harriman with a pending PAT here. 3:58 left in the third quarter. That's a good drive, don't you
Well,
think?
if you're Coach Tapp, you really got to like the grit after the turnover.
Yeah, because the momentum swung big time right there. I mean, it really did. So his team answered back. A lot of fight in them. But you know what? Kick's good, but you know what, Ron? That's part of Coach Tapp's signature right there. His kids, every time we watch them play, we always comment on how hard they play for him. They're playing hard for him again tonight.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
That was me, way back when. Some things have really changed over the years, but some things have gotten even better, like Reno's customer service. It's faster, friendlier, and we offer the name brands you ask for. East Tennessee's team dealer, Reno's Sporting Goods. If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno's Sporting Goods, we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno's Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
3:58 left in the third quarter of play.
You know, Ron, we got a ball game here, buddy.
Well, we do. Harriman has come right back and did exactly what you would hope they would do. If you're a Blue Devil fan, Jenkins will kick off. It's a Acme block and brick kickoff.
Does he kick it deep or does he pooch it? If he pooches it, great field position.
I'm thinking you might want to try to get it as deep as you can this time with a little height to it to where you don't, and I'm sure they're trying to keep it away from long. And this is another high kick. Up. And it's taken at the 35, and I think he got that one back. But, boy, you're holding your breath.
Almost another turnover.
So
now this is a big defensive series for Harriman here. Let's see if they can answer the bell and stop them and get the ball back with 3:55 left in the third.
Dawson Hoy coming up almost with the turnover there, and it's another Hammers first down. If you haven't been to Hammers, you just haven't been to Clinton or Wartburg. Sevierville.
True. Been impressed with the young quarterback from Rockwood tonight, Ron. He's done a really good job.
Under center, big, and this time they come back.
There we go.
Well, and guess who's on the tackle for the Blue Devils? The young man, Adam Brock.
Goss is hurt.
Got a cramp or?
I can't tell if it's
maybe
a cramp or.
Maybe an ankle, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be cramp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
Boy, you don't want to start cramping up now. There's a lot of ball games, a lot of time left.
And they're going to give him a timeout. As
we got
Blue
a Harriman
Devil
kid
down, Blue
too.
Devil down too, so the officials may be calling timeout. With that, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Candy, a longtime shopper at Hammers. My friends and I have had a wonderful day shopping and saving on fun fashions for all occasions. Melissa is wearing a dress and jacket priced under $20. Karen's ensemble is under $30. And all the other outfits you see here, including mine, are in the same price range. Yes, these beautiful fashions are sold, but new shipments are arriving every week. Find your new look today and save at Hammers.
Selection, service, and savings. That's what keeps people coming back year after year to Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman. And with more than 40 years at the same location, we consistently offer what the customer wants. An incredible selection of new Ford and Lincoln models, as well as an incredible used inventory, an expert service department, and savings you won't find anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Marty Duncan, and for the best selection, service, and savings, see me and my team at Jerry Duncan Ford Lincoln in Harriman.
If you're building or remodeling and thinking about
Kirkland, the big fullback, is being helped off the field for the Blue Devils. Looks like maybe cramps. Same thing with Goss, the other fullback. So everything is set now. The Tigers. This time we'll give it to Long, and Long finds a little seam coming back on the little Rambo, and it'll be out to right at the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 4. So to bring up third down and about 6 for the Tigers. 3:17 left here in the third quarter of play. Bowen goes in for the Tigers, wide receiver, and he'll go out to the top of your screen. Pass is complete out to Miller, and Miller gets it out to midfield, and it's going to be a Tiger first down. So it will be a Hammers first down as well. Nice throw that time by Warner to Miller, and they get the first down. And it's another Hammers first down. So Warner under center. Quick pitch to Long. Long has some speed, and he gets it out around the left side. And Long will get it down to the Blue Devil 37-yard line. So another Hammers first down for the Tigers. 2:16 left, third quarter of play. Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Up the middle goes Kilby, and Kilby will pick up about 4, second down, 6 for the Tigers. Invite you to stay tuned immediately following this game for the Friday night scoreboard show. David Queener and Marty Maston, as Mr. Queener has left the press box and coming in here to put a headset on now is former Rockwood Tiger player Chase Clem. Chase, welcome.
How's it going tonight, Ron? It's a good game, isn't it?
Good game. And again, this one is up the middle. And Kilby again, as Goss is out on the sidelines here still being attended to by Dr. Wakeham. Third down and about 4. And
looks like we're looking at some cramps down there, Ron.
Yep. And Chase, the big thing tonight is the fullback for both teams. Have they practiced just so much on the Rambos and things that the fullback has been left untouched? Both teams have had great success with the fullback tonight.
Well, you know, Coach Webb's a run-first offense, a power smash-mouth football, and likes to utilize his fullback a lot, and they've done a good job tonight.
You know, the Blue Devils also, a lot of success just running the fullback tonight, and it's almost like, and we mentioned it a little earlier, Chase, when you practice against this every week, you don't have near the surprise as you do when you don't play a wing T team very often.
No, sir. These are both teams that are running a bunch of the same plays that they normally run. It's just a matter of execution, and both seem to be doing a great job tonight.
We'll take a break. We'll come right back as we have a lull in action.
If you're building or remodeling and thinking about appliances, remember, Patterson's has the answer. And with a team like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, Genair, And Patterson's, plus service and parts after the sale, 4 locations, hey, that's a winner every time. Patterson's has been serving the area with name brand appliances for nearly 50 years, so you know they're here for the duration. That's Patterson's. They have the answer.
Oakdale is up over Oliver Springs 30-27, third quarter. Wow. Third down, 4, big play, Rockwood Tigers. Warner under center. Around the right side goes Long, and Long has running room, and Long probably will score. 30-yard touchdown run by Drake Long. With 39 seconds left in the third quarter. You can't if you let Long get a couple strides on you, Chase. He's got probably one of the fastest guys on the field.
Yes, sir. He gets the ball and he's going downhill, and if you don't put a hat on him, you're going to be watching his back.
Treadway, the freshman, point after him. Boy, what good job the kickers have done tonight. That one is up and good.
You know, the kicking game is something that they seem to have struggled in the past, and I don't, knock on wood, I don't believe they've missed tonight.
Well, neither team's missed an extra point tonight, and that's unusual in the kicking game. So with that, 39 seconds left. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
So we have another Acme Block and Brick kickoff. And again, Levine C. Brantley Rivers and all the fine folks at Acme Block and Brick, 376-1080. They'll take care of all your backyard needs and build that dream backyard that you've been looking for. Miller will be kicking off for the Tigers. You know, Chase, one of the things I'm sure that Coach Tapp is proud of tonight, the turnover to start this on the first drive of the second half there. Blue Devils could have laid down, but they came right back on the next series. And you know, this is a pretty good Blue Devil football team.
Yes, sir, Tony. They came out, and I was pretty nervous after the first 2 touchdowns, and they've stayed in this ball game. I thought they'd quit after the half was over, and Rockwood scored 21 unanswered. But they've done a good job staying in the game, that's for sure.
Briley on the tackle for the Tigers.
First 2 touchdowns, and
as Luna tries to return the kick, but it'll be a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. And we have 35 seconds left here in this third quarter of play.
Still a whole lot of ball game left to play.
There really is, and I tell you that Brantley Taylor, the quarterback for Harriman, has really done a nice job of directing this offense for Coach Tapp tonight.
Yes, sir, done a fine job.
So they go to the I formation, and Green around the right side, and this time the Tigers just bottled it up. Long comes up from the secondary. Hannibal is there. So good job that time by the Tigers. Griffin is there as well.
Tell you what, Ron, it's great to see a very good crowd out here tonight for both sides, Rockwood and Harriman.
It really is, and the other thing, Chase, we've talked about is the student bodies for both sides out here. You know, nowadays a lot of kids are not involved as we come into the end of the third quarter of play. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Stryker has recalled its Rejuvenate and ABG2 hip replacements after they showed signs of metal corrosion. Many patients are being forced to undergo painful revision surgeries to remove faulty implants. If you received a Stryker hip replacement, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. The time to file a claim is limited, so don't hesitate. If you or someone you love received a Stryker hip replacement, call Fox and Farley now at 865-457-6440. They will get you the money you deserve.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We're back here to start off the fourth quarter between Rockwood and Harriman. Rockwood looks to have the ball on about the 25-yard line. Harriman, excuse me.
Thank you, though.
Takes a snap, dive off the left for a short gain. Again, back to where we left off for the end of the quarter. Great turnouts both sides of the ball right now. The student body, both sides getting into the game. It's great to see that in a game that for the past few years has been lopsided. I think it's Rockwood's won the last 14 out of 15, but it's a great showing by both the student bodies to stay in the game.
You know, and you know, as a former player here, Chase, you know how the communities get involved in this thing, and that's the great thing about it. Green again breaks into the secondary. Green's is just really, really strong runner, and as a junior, he's going to be back. And a lot of these linemen, Chase, are underclassmen as well. So Coach Stapp has to be excited about the future of the Blue Devil football team.
Yes, sir. Harriman's definitely on the up and up. As much as it pains me to say, they're going to be a lot better in the years to come. I can tell.
Green runs off, and he may have a little cramp or a little tweaked his ankle there a little bit, and he goes down on the ground. He's a tired young man, but he gets a first down. It's a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils, and they're doing exactly what they got to do, Chase. They got to score right here with this drive and try to get defense back on the field and get a turnover. So
yes,
Blue Devils now maybe taking a timeout. Well, let's see what it is here. Nope, now the umpire's going to blow it back in. So here we go. In the I formation again, Taylor, the quarterback for the Blue Devils, gives to the fullback, tailback this time, and he's going to get into some secondary. He's going to get some running room. And that time, it's Ewing. So Ewing, a junior, and some good blocking out here.
Look at that tackle was begun by the referee, Ron.
Little umpire interference. But it's another Hammers first down, and the Blue Devils again chunking 10 at a time out of the I formation. And Chase, that's an unusual formation for them.
Yes, sir, it is, Ron. They're used to running the scissors out of the double split backs and going a different look here early in the fourth quarter.
Ewing that time is going to be stopped by Wilson. Jacob Wilson on the stop for the Tigers. No gain, second down and 10.
Like I said, Ron, the game far from over. Harriman down 14 points, though. It can swing like that, though, if Rockwood continues to let them drive.
Coming out is McAbee, the center for the Blue Devils. He's done a nice job tonight. Witherspoon now comes in as a tight end. They got a tight formation. Taylor going to run. He's going to be hit, and he fumbles the football. Loose. And Harriman picks it up, but it's way back at the 45-yard line.
They're going to lose about 8 yards on that run, it looks like.
And Kirkland is down again. Kirkland has left once, looked like with cramps, and this time I think he just gets hit. And bang. And right there for the Tigers was Lloyd with a big hit. Third down. And the ball just slips out of the hands of Taylor. And now Harriman is going to have to call timeout with a third down and about 18. We'll take it with them.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Coach Allen out on the field with his defensive unit. And Chase, it looks like Jason Goss is down on the field here and maybe going to require some assistance here.
What looked like to be just a cramp, looks like it's going to be in something serious.
Blue Devils now chased with probably one of the biggest plays of the game for them. You know, they probably don't have to get all of it here, but they need to get a big chunk so that on fourth down, you know, it's more of a doable play for them.
Yes, sir. This is a big play if they want to stay alive in this game with 9 minutes to go.
They go back to the wing tee, back to throw. Taylor looking pump, and he's going down.
Ronnie did the one thing you can't do right there, and that's take a sack.
Strader that time with a big play, and you know that's the time that he's got to be mentally counting 1,001, 1,002, and you got to do something, Chase, as you said, throw it away, do something, but you can't take a sack for more yardage. And now Coach Tapp with the ball on the 45-yard line, and there you see Jason Goss on the sidelines, and we've been told that perhaps the paramedics may be on their way in. So young man, as you see there, and again, looked like a cramp right there. It looks like they're working on his legs. But we'll keep an eye on that. Blue Devils in punt formation. Kick is up, and a nice barreling kick going into the end zone.
A booming punt.
So a nice kick that time by Jenkins. But Chase, that's one series there that the Blue Devils really needed to put some points on the board.
They really needed to capitalize, whether it was 3 or 6 or 7. They needed something there, and they ended up with a punt.
We'll tell you that the City of Rockwood, another fine sponsor for the Tigers tonight. Mayor James Watts and council members Peggy Evans, Mike Freeman, Jason Jolly, Jane Long, James Knuckles, and Sam Seat are behind the Rockwood Tigers this season. So the Tigers have the City Council behind you, as well as the citizens of Rockwood. 1st and 10, Hammers first down for the Tigers. Ball at their own 20-yard line. And now a big hit that time by the Blue Devils as Doman tries to come around the left side, and stopping for the Blue Devils that time was Flips. But the clock's running now, 8 minutes, Chase.
Just a little jet motion, looked like the lineman tried to cut him and just missed, and he was able to get right over and make a good play. 2nd
down and 11 for the Tigers. And Coach Webb now will be looking at two things. He'll be looking at the 25-second clock as he looks to get a play in. So they're going to be coming to the line of scrimmage with 6. They got to be cognizant of that now. And there's movement, and that's what happens when you sometimes wait a little bit too long.
Time management, and you get rushed, and you get up there and you make a mental mistake.
So that'll cost them 5, so it'll be 2nd down for the Tigers. The ball back at the 19. So 2nd down and about 16.
Speaking of capitalizing on your possession, the Tigers could possibly put the game away with the score right here. They don't need to mess around and give Harriman the ball back.
Ridley goes into the ball game for the Tigers, and he'll come out split wide to the left. Miller goes wide to the right for the Tigers. And all they're going to do is run it. Long tries to go outside, and Long is going to turn the corner, and Long has running room. He's to the 40 and cuts back. Long still
at the 50.
On his feet. Long has one man. Now he makes another cut, and the Blue Devils will get him all the way down at the Blue Devil 24-yard line. And on the replay, what you're going to see is the defensive back got sucked in that time, Chase. You'll watch him coming up right here on the left side, right there, and he's chasing from that point on, and the speed of Long just gets the best of him. A nice cutback right here, and then Long is off to the races.
like we said earlier on, if you don't hit long at the line of scrimmage, the play will turn in like that. And as a defensive back, you've got to play contain and get that play to come back inside towards where all the linemen, where all your tacklers are.
That will be one in the film room that Coach Tapp will say, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal sin for the defensive back.
Yes,
First
sir.
and 10, Tigers. And they'll go across the left guard and get inside the 25, down to about the 23. And that's Kilby. And they're loading Goss up on the cart right here now. Chase, and boy, you don't really like to see that. And it looks like a leg injury of some type.
Hate to see something like that this early in the season, but I'll tell you what, Ron, there's two of the best medical people I know down there taking care of him.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And the kid just plays so hard.
Warner.
Second down and 9. So Long again tries to get to the outside, makes a cut, and is going to be hit by the Blue Devils, but not before he makes a nice run. Goss with a nice applause from the stands here. Green comes up to make the stop.
Tell you who's doing a fine game, a fine job managing the game is Will Warner, Ron. Going into the year, unexpected to be the starter, and you have a kid move out, and he stepped in and has done an incredible job on really short notice on being the starter.
Well, and really grew up at Oneida to come back and take charge of this football team, and that probably helped him, be the leader on this football team as well. Long looks, makes a nice cut, and Long gets it down inside the 10-yard line.
It also doesn't help build your confidence when you got a guy like that you can turn and hand the ball off to.
And really, I'm sure that that Coach Webb was telling Will, you don't have to win the game. You just don't need to make mistakes, and we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we think he might be dehydrated. Goss might be dehydrated. The reason for because it looked continuously like it was leg cramps. Then
yes, sir.
You're all over.
So dehydration may be a best case scenario.
4:40 right now left in this football game, and the Tigers right now doing exactly what Coach Webb wants them to do, run some clock, and here they go again. Kilby scores for the Tigers.
You talk about the fullback, Ron, and utilizing him to the best, and that's what the Tigers have continued to do tonight with a touchdown to go up 41-21.
Jason, it really doesn't hurt to have a kid like Kilby just step in and take over, right, at fullback.
No. Warner can take the snap and he can just choose who he's going to hand it off to, and good things are likely going to happen.
And the freshman Treadway now lining up for the point after. Kick is up. It's good, and it doesn't hurt for Treadway to be the backup quarterback to be in there because, you never know when you might have to use him.
Well, you might have to use him. That's right, Ron.
So 4:26 left. We'll take a break.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
.426 left, and we have been notified that Jason Goss dehydration. So that's good news for the Tiger camp.
He should be back on his feet a couple days. Be back by Monday. That's a best case scenario for the Rockwood Tigers.
So the Tigers again on a Acme Block and Brick kickoff. Miller will kick off. So the kick comes down and it'll be taken at about the 23, fumbled at the 25, and Again, Luna scoops one, but not the second wave. Miller, actually the kicker, comes in to help make the stop.
That's something you don't see every day, Ron, the kicker, with a solid kick, comes down and makes the tackle.
And Brindley on the stop as well, just straight down the field, and really nobody put a hat on him, and he helps make the stop. So it's a Hammers first down for the Blue Devils. And you know, Chase, if you're Coach Webb, having gotten behind 14-0, you know, you saw no panicking at all on the sidelines from Coach Webb. They just come out and did what they do best, and that's just run the football to get back in this ball game. Harriman's had 2 key turnovers tonight. Each one has cost them a touchdown.
Yes, and it speaks a lot to the maturity of the Rockwood Tigers, and also to the coaching staff to keep them calm. And I guarantee the last thing Rockwood expected tonight was to be down 14-0 to Harriman in the first half. And they could have rolled over. They could have, you know, deer in the headlight look, and they did a good job of staying focused and doing what they do and getting back on track.
One of our sponsors tonight, McCreary Auto Parts, they're behind the Tigers, and if you're looking for some great buys, check with Steve, Earl, Mark, Gary, or Matt. They'll help you with all your automotive needs. McCreary Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in Rockwood, backing the Tigers this football season, and hope that you will support the Tigers as well. McCreary Auto Parts, open Monday through Friday from 8 to 7, Saturday 8 to 4. They're closed on Sunday, and they encourage you to go to church on Sundays. Go by and see the fine folks at McQuarrie's.
Ron, that's a great family, grown up with both of their sons, and I would recommend them to anyone.
Played a little baseball with them.
Yes, sir.
Oakdale is up 36-27 with 6:24 left in the ball game over Oliver Springs, and for Harriman, Ewing fights his way out for a first down. There's another good-looking kid.
Yes, sir.
Tell you, the Blue Devils may not come out of here with a win tonight, but Chase, they're going to give a lot of people trouble as the season goes along.
There's no doubt they are definitely an improved ball team, and it's shown tonight, jumping out to an early lead. We know what they're capable of doing.
Logan Cox, a sophomore, comes in at quarterback, and running the football is TJ Flips, another sophomore. Coach Tapp trying to get some young players now, Chase, some quality playing time.
You know, with the game likely in hand for Rockwood, this is a good opportunity to get your younger guys in, get them some in-game experience.
Well, we've already seen Green go off a couple times. We've seen Kirkland go off a couple times. So, you know, why risk it any farther? Second down and 10.
Looks like we got a flag down.
And again, Flips that time on the run, made a nice run. Coach Webb wanting to check with the clock operator here again. They've already had one discussion tonight.
A quite colorful discussion, I might add.
So we've got a holding penalty that will negate a nice run that time by Flips. You know, and there's Peters, 66 downfield blocking for the Blue Devils, Chase. So there's no quit in the Blue Devils here tonight.
You love to see that out of any team, and you know, teams can easily roll over. They can easily give up. It's good to see Harriman having some fight left in them, and this will help them as they go on in their season.
Ryan Harris comes in at tackle for the Blue Devils. Cox, another flag is going to be thrown, and now you're getting some timing problems with the new quarterback. Probably doesn't take a whole lot of reps during practice week, so out tonight, what can you say?
We know they came out early. There was a big tailgate party in the parking lot. There were fans from both teams come in. It's just great to see a community come together over a common, you know, likeliness such as football.
2:54 left here in the football game. Cox under center. And come to the left side this time.
Still some impressive runs.
45, and again, Phipps, a sophomore, with a nice run. It's going to be second down and about 13. try to catch some of these other young players. Grant Jenkins is out wide to the left for the Devils. And this time they'll give it to Luna around the left side, and Luna still on his feet, still breaking tackles, all the way down to the 30, down to the 25. Nice run by Luna. And he's a sophomore. Come down on the 2-minute mark in this football game. And again, right up the off the right side of the line goes Phipps again. And he's going to pick up 7 yards.
And, you know, it's going back to what we talked about earlier. Harriman is a team that's on the rise. And, you know, these teams go in cycles, and Harriman's had their share of bumps for the past probably, 5 or 6 years, and they're definitely on the upswing, as you can tell tonight.
Lloyd comes out of the ball game for the Tigers. What a game he's played tonight. And this time there's Luna again.
It's the same play, Ron.
And Luna just picking up additional yardage off the left side. And, it's really impressive that because the offensive line for the Blue Devils still getting down and making some downfield blocks.
There's definitely no quitting this Harriman team, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same sweep play to the left again and we cut it upfield and possibly get in the end zone.
So again, there goes Luna trying to get outside, and he slips as he cuts, gets to the 5-yard line coming out of the game. So now we're ready. Now a flag flies. So let's see what's going on here. Getting a little sloppy here this last few seconds. 55 seconds left in the football game. No flag. So it must have slipped. Second down, goal for the Blue Devils. Clock running. This time they'll come back the other way, and Phipps is going to be hit at about. And again, they'll give it to Luna, and Luna gets.
Looks like he may have got
in.
He's
Yes,
in.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. So with 22 seconds on the clock, Blue Devils put it in. So the Blue Devils with the score. Nice drive with the youngsters in the ball game, Chase.
Very good to see, getting your young kids in there. Like I said, getting them the experience that they might not get later on in the season, and pretty productive, I might add.
Guys, again, we would invite you to stay tuned for the Friday night scoreboard show. David Queener, Marty Maston with all the scores. Opportunities to call in and talk about the game that you were at tonight. And awfully good to hear that Jason Goss was just dehydrated and nothing serious. Jenkins will come in and try the point after. And Jenkins has been perfect tonight. Nothing wrong with the point after.
No.
With either team here tonight. So
very impressed with the kicking games from both teams. As it's hard sometimes in especially single A to where they want to be, and like I said, they're just on a downswing like Harriman has been in the past, and they'll get back up, and these things just go in cycles.
Miller on the onside kick as Coach Webb had his hands people in, and you practice that every week. Oakdale defeats Oliver Springs 44-27. Oakdale with 3:15 left. So Oakdale extends its lead over Oliver Springs.
Ron, I just want to thank you for having me up there. As the Tigers go into victory formation, they'll run the clock out. I hope we can do this again. I've had a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Chase.
Thank you.
Chase Clem, former Rockwood Tiger, and up here in the studio with us. And with that, Coach John Webb and the Rockwood Tigers will pull out victory number 3 for the year, defeating the Harriman Blue Devils. But Coach Tapp has got to be proud of his football team tonight, coming in here and playing extremely hard, and a couple turnovers tell the tale here tonight for the difference in this football game. And very good football game, huge crowd here tonight, And the Rockwood fans will leave here tonight feeling good, and the Blue Devil fans have hope for this season as they had a gutsy performance here tonight by the Blue Devils. Again, for Brad Jones and all of us at BBB Channel 12, we appreciate you being with us tonight, and hope you've enjoyed the game. We invite you to stay tuned for the Friday night scoreboard show as Marty Maston and David Queener will bring you all the scores from around the area as a couple of other games are finishing up. So from all of us here, we'll see you next Friday night from Kingston High School, where the Rockwood Tigers will travel across the bridge to take on the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Have a good night, everybody.
We are the Rockwood High School cheerleaders hanging out at Oak Ridge Utilities District, getting ready for the big game.
T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S. Tigers, we are the best. T-I-G-E-R-S.
ORUD makes it easy with 0% financing. When it is your turn to host the big game, they have all your appliance needs from ranges to refrigerators to make you the MVP of this season.
With natural gas log sets starting at $199, don't fumble during a power outage this year. Come down to ORUD and get your set of natural gas logs to keep your family warmed up and in the game.
Teaming up with Oak Ridge Utility and Natural Gas will have you calling all the right plays this year. Don't wait to make the switch, call today. Now the only question is,
what time is it?
It's high school football time in Tennessee.